always helps out. And we are all right. We're live. I had to try and get one cough off before we started the live stream. I didn't make it. But we are here on YouTube. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Monday night online open mic. My name is Rich, and I will be your host. And I'm feeling a bit better. If you tuned in last week, you probably saw that I came down with COVID, and I've thankfully behind a solid community and just lots of support. I was able to get lots of rest, and I really appreciate that. Last week, we had all the homies step up when we had a three-way hosting night, and that was pretty chill for everyone. I think everyone did like their time. It was great. So if you didn't have a chance to check that out, that is on our YouTube channel, on our archive. But as always, tonight we have a great list of poets, musicians, performers from all over the place. Of course, we are based out of El Paso, Texas, the U.S. Southwest border. And in fact, so the Stay at Home Open Mic is one of the many projects put on by the Barbed Wire Open Mic series. We are, a group, an organization that brings open mics and literary events to our region and obviously online here. So if you're tuned in, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. The show is pretty simple. Like any other open mic, people are signed up. If they want to perform, all they had to do was sign up. And usually they have about 5 to 7 minutes to do their thing. And everyone does a really great job of that. Of course, I'm also going to encourage everyone to pretend that this, just pretend. You don't even have to pretend. There is most definitely someone probably watching you for the very first time. So even though some of you guys are, week in and week out doing these online mics, you might have someone tuning in for the first time. Definitely use it as an opportunity to promote your work, any relevant websites you may have, social media, because some of you guys are killing it on social media. The content that you create to share your poetry, whether it be like images, videos, like all the multimedia stuff is so much fun. So it's a great gateway into all that stuff. And of course, so many of us have books out. So fun. Definitely looking forward to hearing that. So of course, share those links. Let's go ahead and we're gonna kick it off, and we're gonna join our mixed media interdisciplinary artist rocking AZ and Singapore. Wait, did she make it back? Okay, yeah, we have Kemlyn in the house, in La Casa. What is up, Kemlyn? Ready to
Hi
kick today's show?
everyone. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. I'm like, hey, I've
Hello,
got to be here.
hello.
Hello. So I'm gonna do a little teaser for a one woman show coming up that I'm doing on January 21st with Word is Right. So I'm gonna do a little teaser and let's see. All right. The show is called Back to My World. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here, you think, sure, she's got everything. Play on sandy shore, counting sea snails in a pail. Watch the jellyfish, creature comforts met. Car, condo, country club set. She wants for nothing. Every day she swims to the rocks, her favorite spot. On the breakwater, dreams of far off lands, saving American trout and beach humpback whales. Always dreaming of blonde American boys, tiger beat pinups, taste blueberry pies, burgers, diners, jukeboxes, dance in a pink prom gown. Freedom from pressure, press to perform, no failure, moving up class ranking. Can't talk about this, be sure brain is engaged first, can't talk about that. Dives in at the first chance, leaves for western shores, trades fins for legs, lost culture exchange. Parents call her banana. Heartbroken, she leaves. Dances and acts on stage, Mermaid sings her siren songs, paints her pictures. She intermarries, carries, nurtures her infants, teaches other children. Now she's older. The sea calls her once again. The sea calls her home. I'm ready to be where my people are, spending my time with you, laughing, dancing. What's a pentiment? Why does it? What's the word? Rhyme. This is my time to arise. This is my prize. Back to the sea. So glad to be back in my world. Thanks, everyone. Love you all.
Yeah, awesome. Kimlin, thank you. Right on, everyone. As you know, we love to make some noise. You can show some feedback by clapping your hands, snapping, getting all crazy up in your Zoom window, your little rectangle. Kemlin, that was awesome. A little preview of the show. Do you want us to, are you allowed to
Yeah.
talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, I'm,
Tell us
I'm
about
going to
it.
talk about a couple of things. Ron Mark Thompson's in the house, so I'll be doing a teaser, a shorter show, like at Ron Mark's home hub. Yes, Bronze Art and Fun Hub in the Bronx, of course. And I'm going to do a short set for him on Sunday, January 16th. And then on Friday, the 21st, I will be doing a full hour. And it's going to start off with a journey of trauma and something that's really close to my heart, which is surviving child abuse as well as sexual assault and violence. And then after that, I will be doing quite a bit of my music as well as poetry from the Mermaid set. So yeah, tonight I'm looking like I just came out from therapy because I just came back from therapy. So, but I will be in full mermaid gear that night, and I would love for you guys to come. It is a paid show. It's a $5, and I'll put it all the details in the chat. But I'm trying to work on helping our artists create a culture of paid audiences as well, so that we can be a little bit more sustainable in our poetry world, so that we can be supporting our artists. So, that's one of the things that Marissa and I are committed to. So, yeah. And also tomorrow morning, I have my Between the Lines. It is brutal. It's at 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Arizona time and 6 to 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. But my Asian friends, they're totally thrilled that they actually have a room to come to in their evening. So, I'll put that all in the chat. But I love you all. I can't stay too long. I'm going to stay for a little bit longer, and then I have to hop off because this body is still tired and I'm starting school tomorrow. Yay!
All right, awesome. Lots of shout outs there, right? Lots of great things
Audio.
happening. A lot of people joined in right now while Kimlin was performing. So yeah, welcome if you just made it into the room. So many familiar faces, so many beautiful faces, beautiful people. Yes, check that stuff out. And so again, if you're tuning in, just as each performer goes, like just keep track of all the cool stuff you got going on, and you'll see a lot of familiar names throughout. You'll see people referenced. All right, so we're gonna go, and also yes, thanks for rocking that mic too, that early morning mic. That's great. More people, right, getting involved, and the commitment to that. All right, so let's go ahead and go to New York City. Well, we've got Deadpan Lizzie ready to rock the mic as always, celebrating the anniversary. What is up? How you doing?
Good to see you, Richie. Glad you're feeling better. And yes, it's my 1 year spoken word artist anniversary, and I'm so grateful to this community. I'm so grateful to the New Week Poet Cafe, which led me to this platform and the many other platforms that exist for artists. So thank you. I'm going to read two poems. One is I invented a new style poetry last week called Pan-Ku, Pan for deadpan, which is just 9-word poem. So any 9 words that make up a Pan-Ku. And I wrote this in honor of Gigi. It's called Yum. Ramen noodles slurped down as easily as poetry Pan-Kus. And then the second poem and the last poem I'm gonna perform tonight, I wrote in May of 2020. And it's also the poem I performed a year ago on Nuo because there wasn't a theme that night and I just chose a poem. So this is called Hues of Red. Hues of red floating up in the sky, in the pebbles scattered on the walkways, in the bed sheets when my eyes are shut. The color of anger, pain, romance and sensuality, death. I try to not think about that last one. So many emotions in one stanza, a thought-provoking hue, and yet sometimes you cannot bring yourself to look at it, wished it did not exist. The world would be a very different place without it, one I wish to never live in. A positive thought about the color red, my favorite form of it, a long stem rose, pure and simple, holding every emotion that exists. My favorite emotion, not until all the petals fall back into the earth will I tell. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, Lizzie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stepping it up. Yes, and how can people tuning in right now and hearing you for the first time see your work and get and follow like all the great stuff you have coming up still?
Thank you so much. I don't know if it shows on the YouTube, but ES_Strauss is where you can follow me and my link tree and my Instagram. I also host my own open mic every first and third Thursday of the month with the Word is Right platform. It's called Deadpan Dope, and you can find all that information again on IG. Hope you'll come in tomorrow night to hang out. It's any medium of art, and I look forward to sharing the space with everyone. Thank you so much for the time.
Awesome. No, thank you. Thank you. Yes, ES_Strauss. Go follow her. Always great stuff. And yes, congratulations on that anniversary. It's just great that you keep doing it, and it's been so fun to see how everyone over like not like your year, but since they've been doing it, like how many more poems, how much more content, how much stylistically people have gone more adventurous, trying new things. It's all fun. All right, so let's go ahead. And one of my favorite things about this is, with the exception of like our little Zoom rectangles here in our Zoom chat, we travel through borders like it's nothing, because they are nothing, right? We're going from East Coast to West Coast, like we're going through time zones like nothing. So we're gonna go from New York City to Denver, where we're gonna welcome back another regular. He's one of our lighthouses. We have Mike Sindler. What's up, man? Welcome
Hello,
back to the
hello,
show.
everybody, and all you new people. It's good to see new faces. And speaking of lighthouses, I will put up lighthousewriters.org, and I will remind people that new classes are starting real soon. So go ahead and take a look and try and get in on some of that stuff. And I will be letting you know soon when all the stuff for LitFest breaks, because that's going to be really exciting. So I'm going to do a few little things that are sort of appropriate for the new year, and they're all new stuff that I've written in the last few days. This first one is called New White Hair. Let each new white hair brushed in morning before the mirror be a thin messenger of acceptance, a pure thread stitching past a future, minute journey from scalp to skull, letting go of gravity, release and surrender, follow the fall, do not hesitate to trim frayed ends, let that worn fringe of old struggle, splintered growth drift with each snip, toss sweepings away without regret, knowing continuing strands will flourish stronger in their absence. Gaze straight ahead, see your framed face for what it is, wrinkled folds, rounded slopes with frosted hedge as a Zen garden of flesh, resting still in spirit as seasons change. Then laugh loud and turn to face the day. And the next one I'm going to do here real quick is called Let the Future Be Forgiveness. Let the future be forgiveness. Forgive yourself first. Pain held in over past transgressions, bad decisions, or unmet expectations. Weak battery cannot empower dynamo of interconnected souls. Forgive all that can be forgiven. Hold mirror of humility to hurt, gaze deep to see source from which wrong thinking originates. Do not be another plank on bridge that heavy-heeled hatred trods across. Remember, it is not only in myth that demons can be tamed or turned. Use tenderness as bait to lead beasts safely into cages. Ensnare, but do not be ensnared by sour energy. Cultivate and share sweet fruit. Let all absorb frangible essence, distilled nectar of sacred forgiveness, blessed with kiss. Let forgiveness be what it is. Ask and expect no more. Let the future be forgiveness. And this next one is actually sort of the, if I can find it here. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, where is it? I think I got rid of it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, sort of my actual New Year poem. Like any other sunrise, New Year 2022. Rain turns white as winter flakes off into final hours. Fireworks sparks fuzz through midnight window. Car-shaped snow below. The street awaits the day like any other sunrise opening a year would do. Creeping over the same horizon, prairie shoulders hunch towards metropolis at dawn. Still wrapped mystery arrives. What cannot remain departs. No hands shaken or insult taken. Footprints disappear and drifts. Subtle flicker of daylight shifts. And I'm going to do a little haiku just because, as we know, the year did not end well here in Denver. So this is a little haiku called Singed Hopes. Sour smell of soot wafts 1,000 still smoldering homes, singed hopes for New Year. So we're all really hoping that things get better for those folks, because it's a bad scene. A lot of people who are sort of struggling right now. So I will put on the hat, and I'd forgotten to grab something, so I just grabbed this real quick, and it's my old buddy Don Van Vliet, and this is Cardboard Cutout Sundown. You hardly know a day goes by in the cardboard cutout sundown. The moon popped up like a gallery duck, sipped up gold from the sunny cup, and Longhorn sawed the buggy grass, and a cowboy blew a harp sitting on his chapped ass, and the prairie flowers didn't look a bit queer, and the stars struck the sand, cartwheeled and poked into the prairie. A cactus juice stand, the only place the crows couldn't land. A blue bottle flies were as big as cowboys' eyes, and their buzz was as loud as rattlers. A fire engine red whistle blows raspberries in a cloud of whip steam. A tumbleweed ran out black patent yarn stink bug hoops from above a living male thriving dot in perfect sympathy with a cardboard cutout sundown. You hardly know a day goes by in the cardboard cutout sundown. Okay, thank y'all very much. My apologies to Captain Beefheart for mauling this piece.
Right on, Mike. Props for propping up Lighthouse Riders as always and rocking your stuff. Great imagery as always. Thank you, man. Glad having you and rocking the new pieces for the new year. Thank you so much. Hell yeah, Mike Sindler, everyone. Love it. And I've said it before, but when you do miss, there's a Michael Sindler shaped hole in the whole night. We miss the presence for sure. So check it out if you guys do like writing. LighthouseWriters.org. It's actually one of my favorite writing websites. Like we do use it as like a template Check it out. Lighthousewriters.org. Pop that up on the screen. There it is. Sweet, man. Speaking, like, you bring up a lot of great imagery, and I think that's a great segue to our next performer, who just rocks the desert scenery, the imagery, has her own unique voice, and of course has two books out that have been published, including Flow. It was the latest, winner of the Southwest Book Award, but there's more on the way from what I hear. We got Robin
Hey,
Schofield out of El Paso. What's up, Robin? Welcome back to the show.
hey, Richie.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. Glad to see everybody. It's cold in El Paso. It's about 40 something. And I want to read something kind of newish. I wrote it in June of last year, and I've been revising it. And it's about my parents, and this is the first holiday I had that I didn't have any parents. And I did think of my mother because she died in May of last year, and her birthday is around the holidays. So I thought of my mother, and I was working on this poem since, like I say, since May. And it's called Demonstration Garden. 1, mid-spring. In slanted light, Ignacio planted tomatoes called heat masters in our county demonstration garden, while I sowed seeds for marigolds, flowers for the dead, yes, but also serving to ward off nematodes and white flies. They were mother's favorite flower, but she never understood not to plant them in the shade. She thought only of their orange faces and where they looked good. She didn't think of what flowers need. Oh, Mother, marigolds eat the light. Why didn't you know that? Now I, who study the garden in all of its seasons, must plant the marigolds in the partial shade of the tomatoes to protect them from the harsh desert sandlight. 2, midwinter. There was no harshness in the light of north central Texas, land of live oak and weeping willow, land of creeks and springs and man-made lakes. There was the dark speed of the blue norther when the wind turned strong and the pressure dropped and the temperature, yellow light drained out of the sky, and my father liked to stand out in the weather to feel it come in. But he had no sympathy for me when I went outside to write on a gray November day. He yelled and told my mother she's playing some kind of game in her notebook. My father didn't plant flowers or anything else. He had fled the farm on purpose a long time ago. In fact, he trimmed their trumpet vine at the wrong time every spring at mother's behest, nipping off the barely orange buds. One night when I was 12, he made us stay up to catch the lunar eclipse, and we saw the moon turn red and her light spill into the stars. He pointed out Orion's belt of 3 worlds, the first I'd seen them: the Big Dipper, the North Star, Milky Way, my first travels in the universe. 3, midsummer. He took us on our first travels throughout the country, long road trips. When we went to Carlsbad Caverns from Dallas, he said, "Hey, we're halfway to the Grand Canyon." And so we went from the dark caves of shiny limestone to sunsets bursting on the south rim. He took us to the big man-made lake near us, made by damming up 2 creeks, the Garza and the Little Elm. I saw green light braiding the underside of leaves, the sparkle of the motorboat's wakes in the distance on the white and blue water. I remember mother in her orange poncho on the beach under the umbrella, shielded from the sun, while she slathered us with sunscreen. I saw the full moon rise over the Galveston seawall and spangle the waters of the Gulf of Mexico. 50 years later, I watched the full moon come up over Mount Greylock in the Berkshires, a land of lakes and ponds and rivers and mountains. Here is a luxurious garden where the tomatoes are just starting with basil in between. A helicopter passes over and puts its searchlights right on Liskin and me. It must be my borderland karma, or else some backpacker lost in the dark. These hemlock and spruce forests and the light that filters through in the shape of the scarlet eft, or the white bark of birch in the moonlight. No, the forest isn't dark after all. So different from the dark, rainy El Paso to which I return, the core of Hurricane Enrique passing over. Sunset through thick clouds startles like the golden full moon. Sheets of rain, orange street lamps slanting through. Out the window, the next morning, the light has migrated to silver drops on the pine needles. There is the annoying announcement of the pale green alarm clock, a sphere of green light till I put the black fan in front of it, making curved green slats. When it's dawn in the county garden by a man-made lake in the great Chihuahuan desert, I'll admire the beautiful squash flower, the brilliant yellow gold of it. I'll think of how my mother would have loved the color. I'll think of how she wouldn't have been able to tend it or nurture it in any way, even though she loved it. Thank you.
Wow, Robin. Jeez, everyone clap it up, make some noise. Brilliant as always. Thank you for sharing that reflection. Oh, geez, what? Where can people find your books?
They can, well, you can find Sunflower Cantos, my first full-length collection on Mouthfeel Books, and my book Flow that won the little award. You can write to me at my email. I'll put my email in the chat, and I'll try to send it to you. The postage and everything costs more than the book itself, so that's what I charge you for, is the postage.
That was awesome. Thank you, Robin.
Okay, glad you feel better, Richie.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah. I just appreciate, everyone was offering to help out, and so it's great to have a community behind us in that regard. But thank you. Yeah, I'm super grateful that I'm a week later already able to just get host again. All right, cool. Thank you, Robin from El Paso. And again, one of the coolest things about this show is we're gonna go to El Paso to East Harlem, and we're gonna visit Vex Lex. What is up? Welcome back.
Good to be back, Richie. How you doing?
I'm excellent. I was just it's funny. I just stumbled upon the Saro Microfono Abierto page where your stuff has been translated. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was a dope experience having my stuff translated. All right, so I have two pieces tonight. They're both new. First one is called Casualty. I knew at any moment you would explode, and still I did nothing to shield myself from the blast. I was just a casualty in the war against yourself. I removed my armor, discarded the bulletproof vest, in the hopes that you would withdraw your weapon if you saw that I meant no harm. I thought disarming you would do the trick, but neglected that ticking time bomb in your chest. There was ample time for me to find cover, to create distance between you and I. But there I stood, a consequence of prolonged optimism, waiting for you to make your next move, and without warning, you burst into flames. And my last piece is called breaking the habit. The constant back and forths, wondering if you will ever be enough, if what you say, if what you do will ever be enough. You delude yourself into believing this is love, but you couldn't be more wrong. Love isn't supposed to be a walk in the park. There will be a handful of struggles somewhere down the line, of course. And not in the very beginning when you're begging them to reciprocate even an ounce of your affection. You told yourself you were going to break the habit and finally let them have it. Piling years of self-doubt and faulty romantic notions on sunken shoulders, you cannot wait for the day that they will be just a memory. But so will you if you keep letting yourself succumb to this disturbed logic that you must hurt in order to love. You must be pained in order to love. You must grovel in order to love. That everyone will hurt you and you have to find the one to worth suffering for. I call bullshit. That is no way to live, and that is no way to love. Thank you.
Oh, snap, X-Lex, spitting some truth. What's up? Make some noise. There's no way to That was no way to love. Awesome. Killer. Yes, show some love in the chat, make some noise. Lex, what you got going on coming up pretty soon? Anything worth mentioning, or how can people follow your work online if they aren't already are?
Nothing comes to mind of anything coming up. Just performing at these open mics and stuff, having a good time. You can follow me on Instagram at VexLex Poetry and on my Facebook page, VexLex. And so glad to always be here.
Richie,
You muted?
Richie's still muted. Something weird is going on. And okay. Well, thanks, VexLex. We're always glad to see you and hear you. And let's see, because I have the list too. We are always prepared for this kind of thing. And so I can tell you with the authority of one who has the same document, that coming up next from the Bronx is going to be Ron Mark Thompson with his wonderful dulcet voice. And I'm excited to hear what you have to say, Ron.
Thank you so much. Good. How a smooth transition here between the hosts. I love it. And I have to admit, I'm cheating on the Bronx tonight. I am in my sister's house in New Jersey, spent here, for the holidays. But tomorrow morning, I'll be going back to the Bronx, if the Bronx will have me back. I hope so, because my home is there. I just want to give a quick shout out to Richie. He probably won't be here able to hear me, but I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh, you are. What a commitment that you come here. The week after you was sick. I'm so happy to have you back here. You're one of the few selected open mics that I love to come to back to. You and Kid. I really appreciate you guys, and I come even when I don't sign up, which to perform. But I have a question, if you don't mind, and I have a very short poem, so I'm not taking up too much time. So I know the Facebook event that you guys put on Monday morning, so we can sign up for the for spot tonight. But I think the Google form comes out a little bit earlier. And last night, like earlier in the evening, I saw Mr. Tess's post in the pandemic Facebook post, and there he had it. So where should I be following to get a hold of as soon as you post the Google link? Like, is there like a different spot I should be following?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I guess I should mention that too at the beginning of every show, right? Like that's housekeeping. Yeah. So I want you to get to your poem, but if you guys want to get, I would say probably there's different ways. Probably the quickest way is if you're following us on YouTube, on our page. As soon as I always set the live stream prior. As soon as so if you are on YouTube, whenever we upload that video for today's show, once it goes for it to go live, if you go in the description, the link is usually there to sign up. I think that's usually the fastest. And then of course we do usually make a Facebook event page. So if you're following us on Facebook, and then eventually on Mondays I usually post on Instagram, and that we have the link on our profile there too, on our link tree. So yeah, pretty much following what's there. But I think probably the fastest way is probably the YouTube channel because that's usually where I put it up first. Yeah, no, thank you for asking that. I'm trying to get better about being timely on that, but yeah, people use different things. Instagram, the link's always there too. Pretty much as soon as it's up on YouTube, it's up in the other places as well. So, all right, thank you, Ron. But go ahead and take it away, man.
No, but thank you, Richie, because you know what? Yes, I am subscribed to your channel, but I didn't turn on notifications, so that I'm gonna have to do, and that's what it is then. That so makes so much sense. Thank you so much, Richie. All right, I'm gonna read a poem that I wrote in a mental health support meeting a few months ago, and the prompt was work, WORK. And most of you here know me from all of my volunteer work that I do at Bronx Art and Fun Hub and the many other organizations, that I guest host, tech help, producing duties. And I do it all voluntarily for the love of my community, but I also need to pay bills. So I do have some consulting on the side, and I used to work in a full-time job. And I remember back in those days when you went to parties, all they ask you, okay, what do you work? And I wish I had been a poet and a performer back then, because then I could have told them, yes, that's what I do. But that's, too many years ago. So here is my work. Work, oh work, oh work. You give me such a smirk. Every day, every week, work is such a clutch. Why, oh why does a job define a man so much? Meeting someone new, the question may be asked. What do you do? Where do you work? What is your present or past? Does my work define who is me? Am I a human? Does it give you a clue what I'm able to or can? And by the way, why does work take away so much time of my life? Yet hardly I get a raise. And who decided that out of 7 available, our weekends, if you're lucky, consists of only 2 days? Does work make me look any better or stronger in society? How much perk is there to work? Am I still a person? Am I me? Work, oh work, oh work, why do I feel so coerced? Oh work, please, let me work on my issues first. Work, oh work, oh work, you are such a jerk. Damn, writing this poem was so much work, certainly not my best. You know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna take a day off from work and I'm gonna rest. And that's the end. Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to rest. So needed, so much needed. As someone who overworks, I feel that. So Ron, want to tell us more about upcoming events, really quick, or how we can follow some of the stuff you have got going on?
Well, thank you. Talking about work, but you see, that's the type of work I don't mind doing because that's, so I am with Bronx Art and Fun Hub. We have exciting programs coming up. I'm expanding our events to both Thursdays and Fridays. We have Equestric Poetry and Prose this Thursday, a Ray of Sunshine open mic on Friday. I see Ed in here. Ed and Lady Tiffany will co-host this. Next Thursday, we have a book talk with Rosalind Diaz and Brian Franco, who is right after me here. And Camden already mentioned on the 16th, she will do a teaser preview of her stage play show. And if I finish writing it, you will also see a short stage play of mine. And I want to give a shout out to Nick P. and Elizabeth Strauss on Thursday, January 20th with Bronx Art and Fun Hub. They will be teaching together with me how to host or MC a workshop or open mic, because some of us want to do that, in addition to performing. And talking about hosting, Finn Capillary, the beautiful Finn Bell, I will be guest hosting this Thursday's open mic. The theme is What's New? Well, what's new? I'm back again. I'm back with Finn Capillary. Come on over. Finn will put the link in the chat as well. Thank you so much, Richie. I really appreciate you on Mondays, right after the New Regan Poets Cafe. It's, I'm not going to bed. I'm coming here to see you. And it is because of Kid and you. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All the love for me.
That's awesome. That's very beautiful. Yeah, same back to you. And I really do appreciate all those kind words and for checking up on me online. Yes, awesome stuff. As you see the links there, so if you guys want to hit up, if you're barely hearing about these things, hit these things up. They're amazing. Looking forward to that. Yeah, the what's new. There's the link. I'm gonna make sure to copy that on the YouTube chat. What is up, YouTube? If you're watching right now, say hello in the chat. Where are you listening in from? And let us know who are you enjoying. What lines stuck out with you? We're trying to get more engagement happening on the YouTube videos, just so again more people see it and it's pushed out to more peeps. All right, thank you, Ron. I love your energy, man. So awesome. All right, yo, he got the shout out right now. He got the shout out, and also I'm currently waiting his book in the mail. But we have Generalissimo up next. Brian Franco, what is up, man? Are you there with us? What's up?
I'm trying to be there.
All right. What's up, man? How you doing?
Well, I was very upset with Robin Schofield earlier. Is she still here? She said how cold it was what, 40 degrees? It's 3 degrees with the wind chill factor in Maine right now. So
I was just kidding around. I know
That's not our fault. We're a
I know
desert, man.
it's not your fault that y'all live in such a wonderful place. Yes, I know that. So anyways, but I live in a wonderful place too, and I love it. It's beautiful here. So, it gets hot as hell where you are, and we don't get as hot as you get. So I guess it's all evens it all out. Okay, so let me just read a few poems real quick. So this first poem just was accepted into the Moonstone Arts Hope 2022 anthology. It's called "Tomatoes Are Not the Only Things That Are Indeterminate," and it's a one sentence poem. Tomatoes are not the only things that are indeterminate. Hope, are you a perennial flower, propagated from seed blown an unknown distance by wind, lodged into soil germinating, from wet of rain and warmth of sun, sprouting from ground into existence, climbing into atmosphere to breathe sweet oxygen, maybe a few inches tall or maybe several feet. Maybe you will climb a stake, cage, or trellis, or wrap yourself around a tree. As leaves sprout from your stems, buds will appear and flowers will happen. They might produce nectar to feed hummingbirds and honeybees. They might open wide and grow berries or beans or tomatoes. They might produce perfume aroma to be picked or pruned for the purpose of romance. Or you might wilt after flowers and fruit happen to produce seed to be spread by wind or simply dropped. Your roots may lie dormant for you to spring forward each next spring more resilient than before. And the next poem I wish to read tonight was written in Elizabeth Strauss's workshop. It was either last week or the week before, and I call it "Zigging and Zagging My Way Through Life." If I had to sum up the pattern of my life on a necktie, it doubtfully would be paisley, but more likely a series of zigzags or an Escher-esque optical illusion. I most likely would forgo making it from silk, instead choosing something synthetic like microfiber that would resist stains from soup, spaghetti sauce, and errant sneeze snot, or the figurative messes made from missteps, like when I step in dog shit or put my foot in my mouth, hopefully not after stepping in dog shit, or when I step in deep snow and it pulls a boot off one foot. But even though my foot slips easily into the boot, I have to pull the bootstraps to get it on. That might be the true pattern of my life. And finally, one more poem. It's there's one of my favorite buildings in New York City, Lipstick Building. Rumor has it the architect watched a woman putting on lipstick in a cafe as he sipped espresso. She placed the cap on the oval cylinder and sat it atop the table. It seemed to tower over the sugar packets. He noticed her lips were a rich burgundy rather than bright red. When a man arrived whom he assumed was her date, she tapped the tube of lipstick thrice on the table and placed it in her purse. That tube of lipstick became a 34-storied maroon monument to a woman whose name the architect would never learn. Thank you, everyone. And I will put information on how to buy my book, Everything I Think Is All in My Mind, in the chat. I also have several things coming up. One, I have on the 7th, I guess that's just coming up Friday. I have an open mic, and then I have one on the 12th as well, which is called Poor Mouth Heads Out of the Bronx. And a few more coming through January, February, and March. But thank you very much, everyone.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you. Glad to have you on, man, as
Thank
always.
you. And of course, thank you both, Ricky and Kit, for providing such a wonderful place to read poetry.
Awesome. Yes. Go hit up that book, guys. You know, almost everyone here like has something going on, so definitely worth supporting. Um, awesome. Generalissimo. Appreciate you, man, for coming through. And you're like you have the sickest titles. They're just like they're hooks, you know, and they bring you in just on the title alone, you know, and then you stick around and get the amazingness too. All right, yo. Also, yes, earlier I want to thank Kit for stepping in and keeping the flow going. I had a technical malfunction where I love to use keyboard shortcuts. It's super awesome, but I guess I pushed something wrong and it did like a screenshot function, and so my whole Zoom window froze and I couldn't find since I'm using a monitor as well, I couldn't find the little window to close it, and it was blocked by one of my cameras. So I finally found it, but I couldn't unmute. It was like, no, hold on, I'm here, but I can't unmute. So that might happen again at some point. But as you clearly saw, we've got it covered. You know, Kit has the list and can easily step in and take over, and that's something that is very important to have. But let's go ahead and keep going, guys. We're gonna go from Maine to the Boogie Down Bronx, and I always love it when she's on, and she's got this really cool thing that she's doing now too. I'll let her talk more about it, but of course, as always, let's go and welcome La Tormenta up to the stage. What is up, Amanda? How are you?
I'm glad that you're feeling better. I'm glad
Thank
that
you.
you're in good spirits. 11/11 in New York. Hey. I am now teaching a poetry intensive on the first of every month, which has been really exciting to step into my role as a facilitator and a community architect and all the things. And I've basically been teaching all the things that you guys have taught me. So yeah, I'll drop all that stuff in the chat. Thank you for having me. Thank you for this dope space. I just have one short piece. I wrote it today. It's called Drawing Inspiration. Nick Diaz, he was in that workshop. So if you have any questions about what it's like, please message him and he can give you all the details. We also meditate together, so it's a good time. It's a good time. It's a good time. Drawing inspiration. Silence once stifled the arch of my already broken back, left an asylum attack lingering at the wilted roots of my tainted throat, drew a blood boat barely afloat, treading in place of repeated mistakes, a disgrace of self-inflicted torture, yearning for fortune of words as savior, empty of favors, empty of flavors, forbidden memories of survival mechanisms. Joy tried to erase the past. Joy tried to nurture nervousness. Joy tried to tame the burning. Joy tried to dance with ashes. Laughing, once an impossible, dreadful thing. Warm, welcoming season of spring, laced with frightening, lightning faith, slipping through cracks of my already broken back. Thin, rigid lines between nightmares and fantasies, dancing drastically with ashes, rage, reminding me none of my emotions be on the same page. Afraid to embrace shadows, shaking me out of my sleep, tugging my feet, afraid to allow myself the pleasure to dream. Thank you.
Oh, dope. So awesome for sharing that, Amanda. And also, yes, congratulations on that. That is amazing news. So exciting. Definitely share any info on how people can participate on that for sure. You got anything else coming up that you'd like to share?
No, just my workshop on the first of every month, but that's just the beginning because I have been held by this community and so many other communities that I'm really just getting started. So you'll be hearing more of me. I'm also working on a book. I have no pressure to publish it anytime soon, but just speaking that into existence is really nice. So yeah, look out for my book at some point. Thank you for having me.
Amazing. That is the mindset to have for sure. I love that. Like just getting started. So congratulations. All of us will be here to support that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that info, that link, because that sounds exciting. You got the Nick Diaz seal of approval right there. You got Ron Mark Thompson ready to take it too. That sounds exciting. So check out the workshops. And if I'm allowed to share that, maybe I can share that on the YouTube as well, on the link, any links that you provide. Yes, La Tormenta. Excellent, excellent. All right, so I'm looking at the list here. Let's go ahead and he's not here. He messaged me, so Nick will be here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and go to El Paso, and he's already gotten a little glimpse as host tonight. But let's go ahead and over a little earlier than usual, probably. But let's go ahead and welcome Kit Wren up to the stage. What is up, Kit, aka BWOMS legend?
Hello, Richie. Good to see you. In the spirit of the new year, I have my notebook instead of my tablet because I'm taking things that haven't been in public yet, just to let them do their little twirl on the catwalk real fast, see how they sound. So 3 of those, and then as tradition dictates, the cover poem. This neighborhood has done its best to comply with xeriscaping, and the rocks do their utmost to look photogenic. But at the end of the street, there is one house with a turf of plastic green, a sneer at the new austerity, the Disney version of the old status symbols. This must have all been desert long ago. Not even that long ago, within the living memory of my father. Within my memory, I have seen houses slowly spread up the mountain like spilled wine across a carpet. Within my life, I have seen a Kohl's department store rise from the desert, 2 trunkless stone legs looking for savings. I buried my cat Shadrach where there is now an Albertsons. Whatever is left of his swollen brain is hunting in the frozen section. I know there are ghosts in every building. I do not see them, but I call to them every time I enter. I owe them respect. I am a guest. The so-called lower species are developing their mythologies. The troublemaker seems to be a Manx cat human named Gidget. Nothing happens anymore on our nighttime streets without Gidget's approval. Both humans and other cats feel the need to ask. 2 shock white tabbies, previously dunderheaded and sweet, follow her now as an armed escort. It isn't widely known what Byron and Buford believe, only that they believe it. The nighttime yowls of the neighborhood toms have a new sense of choral purpose when before they felt like the this, therefore, that clatter of a silverware tray being pushed off the counter. But even that can't be accidental anymore. There are rumors that Gidget roams at night, human-sized and human proportioned, in a long Victorian petticoat and a scarf. Nobody has gotten close enough to tell that the red splashes are designer or blood. Byron and Buford circle her, watchful and worshipful, as if this is their job, and it's a job they love. Gidget's family moved away. We don't know where. Somehow, they were always friendly, but had no friends. Towards the end, all they ever said was hello. They have some of our secrets, but we have nothing of theirs, except the cat. I mean Gidget. She stayed put. The ones of us left We all set out something for her. We like cats. At least we thought we did. They've always been a secretive species, even when they had nothing to hide. In this neighborhood where there are no more parties and every door has a bowl of kibble in front, we can feel a great power slowly shift. So one thoughtful one, one silly one, and now pretty sad one, but whatever. Mumble, mumble transition. I should not have been in charge of two elderly people. Frankly, I probably shouldn't have been in charge of an empty house. But I was looking after my grandfather, who was unmoored from time, and my grandmother, who was in an internal present of about 15 minutes. My mother helped me put them to bed, and Granddad said, "I love you," briefly recognizing his middle daughter. "I love you too," she replied. And grandmother said, "I love you too, Robin." And it just hanged there. A silence almost corporeal, almost a fifth person in the room. It felt like a Harold Pinter play. It felt like life was a craft, self-conscious, designed for spectators. It felt like I would call it overdone if I was watching it on television. It feels like you don't believe me now listening to this, like you have read Pinter too, and you may find this a distasteful tribute. I can't tell you what to think. Only that in that room, the silence was still there, growing unsure of itself, looking at us like he was our fault. I guided my mom outside their room and gave her a steadying hug safely off stage in the wings. I wish I didn't know what it looks like to not believe it when a parent says she loves you. I wish things were as simple as symbols and not the swamp and morass of the symbolic. I wish I knew what this teaching moment was supposed to teach me. We come as always to the cover poem. And we got to start the year going away from our failures as if they were triumphs, as if they didn't actually happen. And this is my favorite poem. This is Falling. Oh, shit. I messed up the title of my favorite poem because I'm great. I'm terrific. This is Failing and Flying by Jack Gilbert. Everyone forgets that Icarus also flew. It's the same when love comes to an end or the marriage fails and people say they knew it was a mistake, that everybody said it would never work, that she was old enough to know better. But anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Like being there on that summer ocean on the other side of the island while love was fading out of her. The stars burning so extravagantly those nights that anyone could tell you they would never last. Every morning she was asleep in my bed like a visitation, the gentleness in her like antelopes standing in the dawn mist. Each afternoon, I watched her coming back through the hot, stony field after swimming, the sea light behind her and the huge sky on the other side of that. Listened to her while we ate lunch. How can they say the marriage failed? Like the people who came back from Provence when it was Provence and said it was pretty, but the food was greasy. I believe Icarus was not failing as he fell, but just coming to the end of his triumph.
Awesome, man. Yes. And with that, you have performed alchemy. I'm going to have to say that every time. Yes. I love that Jack Gilbert poem. I love it. So how can people follow you online, man? You got that sheet?
I have that sheet. Yes. Instagram at Kit Ran Away, Twitter at Kit Talk Sports. You've been warned about what it consists of. Kofi.com/Kit Ren. Just posted the last one for this season until the playoffs. Very weird and intense essays about old football games. I'm gonna keep doing what makes me happy. Facebook, you can find me pretty easily. PayPal is connected to my email, and my email is my email. I am who I am. And I'll see you next week. And Tumblewords is back on January the 8th. That is a generative writing workshop that's been going for 26 years. Here's to 27. I believe Mike Sindler will be our host on January 8th, 1 o'clock now. So we'll see you there.
All right, man. Very exciting stuff. Thank you. In addition to that, of course, Kid's always rocking some awesome shirts as well that represents his interests, rocking the college football shirts and all that, and just unique stuff. And of course, steps in the host. Last week was amazing. Again, much love to Kit, Nick, and Khan for stepping up to help host after I realized it would have been kind of rough to try and host with COVID. But other than that, we made it. And of course, if you do follow us on YouTube, make sure you click subscribe and also click the bell for notifications. And that's one of the best ways to get notified of the list each week. As soon as that video goes up for the live stream, you can go ahead and find the list to sign up. Because we're here every week. In addition to that, you can also find an archive of all our past shows. It is great to go back and relive moments, experiences, people trying out poems for the first time, truly unique things. So, and one of the things that's really helpful is because of that archive, Kit, using his skills, he'll go through and do timestamps. Earlier on, I think there was some commentary and stuff too. I don't think you do that as much, but it's still there a little bit. It's a little bit of work. So, anyway. Hopefully you guys are doing well. We got a great list. Terry Rose, what is up? Terry's got some cool stuff coming up as well. So I want to make sure to give her a chance to share that. But of course, as always, is going to share a little something of she's got working on as well. So Terry, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Much better. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. So I'm going to be actually doing Tumblewords too, I think on the 22nd. So that should be interesting. It's my first time. So I have these poems that kind of run together. So I'm just going to go. Self-love is by far the most difficult kind. We are all missionaries on a mission project entitled Love Who You Are. Many of us are still trying to figure out who that person is. We focus on the flaws that society has perpetuated for years, capitalizing on our deep-seated insecurities of we are not good enough, we were exploited. We became targets for consumerism, motivated by fear. We believed the lie. We paid for this misfortune by becoming part of the problem. Pretension became more important than food. Yesterday, my veins were filled with fire. Screaming, drinking, room spinning, 1 foot on floor to keep the room still. It's only a matter of time. Pray to God, if you help me through this, I will never drink again. I'm sorry, I abused my body. I'm sorry for every bad decision I ever made and will ever make. Similar to all the other promises I made to God when things were getting crazy, I got on that ride. The Green Lantern, my feet were on the ground of the phone booth type enclosure that would soon propel me into the air upside down and backwards, my heart in my mouth. The vow I made never to ride another one of those godforsaken roller coasters again. Mistake after mistake, never learning my lesson. Is my life wasted? Will I just keep fucking up? Who will I pass my learning on to in this life? My children do not care to listen. Lies. Your mouth continues to spit them out. They flow so easily from your innocent look on your face, swearing the stories are fact, not fiction, until I prove them false and confront you. Squirming. You know you were caught again. In my anger, I scream. You do not flinch. You could care less. Like a buzzing fly in your ear, a mere annoyance. Breathe. I say to myself, this too shall pass until the next time.
Okay. Awesome. I was just about to step out of Terry Rose. What is up? Thank you. And so you do have tumble words. And
Yeah.
was it would you say that? Okay, awesome.
And then on the 16th of January, which is 2 days after my 60th birthday, if you can believe that, I can't even believe it. I'm going to be doing Why Open Pandora's Box with Chance on, and another one. I'm not sure who the other one is. I can't remember. I'm featuring. I thought, yeah, there, and I didn't know there was 3 people that was featuring, so that's why I don't know who the third one is. I think Skyza, that's who it is.
Sky's the limit. Yeah.
So
Love
that
it.
should be
Awesome.
fun. I can't wait for that. So, and then there's some other stuff coming up too. I think I'm going to be hosting Word is Right with, or not hosting, featuring Word is Right with Francesca.
Yeah.
Sometime in March. And then I guess I was talking to Finn about something in Halloweenish in this coming October. So that's way out. I don't have any dates yet. But, and then of course this book that's behind my head that I will get out of the way so you can see, Touching Tongues. And that's for sale. If anybody wants a signed copy, you can PM me on iFunny's Mom on Instagram or Terry Rose Dirtson on Facebook.
Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you for that. Yeah, I was gonna give a shout out to, I was like, you're gonna mention it? You're gonna mention it? Okay, there you go. Awesome. Because yeah, Ron reminded in the chat too, like, oh yeah, that is the cover. Congratulations and all that. Look forward to it. Thank you, Terry, for joining us.
Thank you.
New Jersey in the house. And definitely not the end. There's more coming up. But before that, we're gonna go to Pittsburgh, where we have Vale Larkin about to do their thing. As always, welcome back to the show. Great to have you. Vale Larkin, go and take it away.
Hi, I'm totally prepared. I didn't actually know exactly when I was up. Okay, 1 second, and I will be ready to go, so sorry. Well, I'll start with this one and we'll wait for that page to load. I'm definitely thinking about the planet a lot. Music for tomorrow. It sings in the wind to us, ululating dirges for our destiny. We are manifesting it even now, the path we have always tread, more and more and more and more. And we hear the thump of skin drums echoing back from our future, all the steel gone to oil barrels, long since rusted to nothing. To come, they rumble. We are warming ourselves at the pyre of our planet. We are singing in the balmy autumn, songs of dreams and reaching as the ground falls. We will never meet the stars. Remember this music, here and now, these songs of wire and superconductors. We have spun them all away, and there will be nothing to replace them. Learn to love the sound of rain. Sorry, I'm having a slight issue with my Google Drive. I will be just a second. Just bringing it up a different way.
Take your time.
You totally just broke my train of thought.
Sorry.
Do you want to move on to the next person and then I'll maybe come back to me for one poem? Is that okay?
gonna take that long? Okay, we can do that.
No, I think I've got it now, but I didn't for a second, and I really thought I was just going to take forever.
Okay. We're good.
I'm really sorry about that.
No problem.
This isn't about hope. This isn't about hope anymore. This isn't a promise for a better tomorrow. I'm not singing of spaceships and walks in the sun. This isn't about hope. Hope is for children still shy of the world. Hope is for fools who never learned wisdom. They sure love the Buddha, they say as they smudge with sweetgrass they stole and prayers in languages they don't understand. But they forget lesson 1. This plane is pain, princess. Hope is for foolishness, for play, at best for love and poetry. This isn't about hope. Let me welcome you here to this planet. She moves, grows, she thinks and considers. Her temper and tenderness surround all her children. And every wonder you've ever dreamed of is carried with her through a vastness we will never see. Let me welcome you, destroyer, to this planet, where children are monsters and tear up their homes, where knowledge brings violence, where the brutal overpower the strong. Here we have pain loves. Here we have torture upon torment and lies upon greed. Here we have desperation, destroyers. This isn't about hope. Do you remember the first time you found something alive to love? Imagine loving every life. Imagine all that love, attuned, all resonating. This isn't about hope, though. The tide we summoned is here. The seas shift, then the land, then the poles, and we will be undone almost certainly. Undone, maybe not in Armageddon, more like thin, clinging remnants of humanity lingering in derelict, anachronistic lives. Do you remember learning that there are indigenous societies where there is no rape? Do you now? This is about movement. This is about accepting the catastrophes we have called up for ourselves and for billions who never asked for transformation. Stop. Stop hoping. This is about how we have to stop. Stop the war against our mother, against our home, against ourselves, against all those trillions of innocents everywhere. Save what we can if that isn't ourselves. We never earned the right to the life of a Leviathan. This is about mercy. This isn't about hope.
Wow. Wow, that was great.
Woo!
Richie had to step away from the mic. Where can the people find you if this is their first time seeing you?
I'm Vale Larkin, all one word, on Instagram and Linktree.
Okay, Vale Larkin, remember the name. Okay, and coming up next to our microphone, we are going back to the swamps of Jersey, where our friend Nick Paleologos is waiting for us. Please take it away.
I love how you said swamps of Jersey. It's so damn true, though. It's so damn true. Good to be back here, Kit. Great to see you all again. I hope everyone's doing well. I'll give you all a few poems and everything. This first one's a bit of a shorty right here. I did this in Deadpan Lizzie's workshop. So, no title of this one, but it's really super short. Lovely goddess Venus, may you bless me with infinite desires fulfilled. May the raunchy be right, may the touch be warm, may the love be felt. May everything fall into place. All right. Short little poem right there to start us off. This one's a bit longer. and I haven't read this one in a while. I am a musical vibe between Killswitch Engage and The Weeknd. I am your rhythmic vibe, you digest and regurgitate my words. I am the one that walks in jeans in 100-degree weather. I am the one that wears sleeveless shirts at the beach. I am a victim of my experiences. I am a survival of my trials. I am the one who eats cereal at 10 at night. I don't have a favorite cereal, just no bran flakes. I am the creativity that breeds poems like bunnies. I am the dry wasteland where ideas are killed and revived. I am the 32-year-old trapped with the mind of a 21-year-old. I am the same 32-year-old wishing to be 8 again. I am the beard that tickles your face. I am the same smooth face that glistens your eyes. I am the dialogue that scrapes and nicks your mind. I am the one with the force in a voice that breaks beyond barriers. I am the headphones that kiss your ears with sweet sympathy. I am the lyrics that break your ribs and take your breath away. I am the metal that you meddle with to see how hard it is to break. I am the R&B that slows the world down and heals your heartbreak. I am the host that is crafting the cults of poets. I am the audience member that acts as a cheerleader. I am the Geico advertisement that you look forward to. I am the one you leave flowers at the tombstone because I killed myself 1,000,000 times. I am the tears that have shed from fears. I am the toughness that only Jersey knows best. I am the byproduct of junk food and water. I am a person who fasts that breaks usually at 2, 3, 4, or even 5 p.m. I am the wounds that have festered and have breathed too much air. I am the stitches for the wounds you have felt throughout your years. I am demonic. I am angelic. I am erotic. I am complicated, chaotic. I am the addiction you can't get enough of. I am the bitter taste you can't brush out. I am the rock star. I am the groupie. I am duality incarnate. I am Greek fire baptized in Roman water. I am the altar your parents have not condoned. I am the sacrament perished by the adorned. I am a possession you can attempt to control. I am the ideology within a heart and soul. I am the solar system that orbits around the sun. I am the moon that has mysteries you will never understand. I am the phrase that is incomplete. I am the poem you've always wanted to complete. I am almost out of time. I am the story that still needs to be told. I am going to leave you with this. I am a lover. I am a poet. I am bi. I am a person. I am a human. I am Nick. It is nice to meet you. All right. So that one. And then to close me out right there. Okay, give me a number between 1 and 106.
42.
42.
Life, the universe, and everything.
Ooh, okay. We'll do this one for my book, Ad versus Reaction. This one is titled Distance Between Us is Only an Illusion. 6 feet apart. Mask your face. Hide your sadness. Do not kiss me. Do not hug me. Don't go anywhere. Stay home. Stay away from me. The pandemic is catastrophic. It was what I needed to center my universe. Zoom connects me to worlds so far apart, connection via Wi-Fi. We all find a way to virtual hug. One day we will to embrace in person. Remember what it feels like, what it tastes like, what we have done up until now. That's all.
That's not all. That's everything. Just got to steal some of Richie's catchphrases while he's indisposed at the moment. Nick, where else can the people find you if that's what they want to do?
Yes, that's right. Facebook, Nick Pay Logos. Instagram, The Real Nick P. I'm hosting this Wednesday with The Word Is Right on the 5th at 9 o'clock. You go to The Word Is Right Facebook page. You can go see the events over there and everything that I'm doing. I am also hosting a hosting workshop with Ron Mark Thompson, who is in the room, and went alongside with Deadpan Lizzie. It's basically a workshop about how to host an open mic and workshop and facilitate workshops and everything. there's an Eventbrite page that'll be up there eventually very soon. And I also have a feature the 16th with Foompa with the next 10 poets. I also have I'm hosting a Tumblewords workshop in February, so that's gonna rock. I believe it's the 26th off the top of my head. And I also have a new show coming with PGN very soon, so be on the lookout for that. It'll be on the 23rd, and yeah, we'll go from there and everything. We'll talk soon about it, everyone. Be well, everyone. Take care.
All right, a full calendar, but he keeps his Mondays for us. We appreciate it, and we appreciate him, Nick Paleologos. And coming up next to our stage, we're checking in with someone who we haven't seen in a couple weeks, but he's here and he's looking hale and healthy. He's got the wisdom of many lives, and his name is Doc Yannick. Doc, take it away.
Thank you. Is Vale still here? Is Vale still among us?
They're in the Zoom. They might not necessarily be at their computer.
Okay. This sort of takes off from where her last poem ended.
There.
It's titled The Songs of Distant Earth. Her core sings hotly in my heart. Her seas sing in my blood. Her mountains rise, sang of my growth and of her forest green, where once the distant stars I saw were only but a dream. Now I'm among those farthest stars, and Gaia is no more. Her songs, though, still call to me, and her music's in my soul. Sent from Earth 2, Proxima Centauri 3, in the year 250 AE, 2518. Crossing stars on journeys of Tao and journeys of karma, arcing above the galactic plane into worlds within worlds, flying through transcendent eons, through time within time, in states of being and not. The rim whispers in arcane silences of eldritch darkness, of places between, in infinities of the multiverse, in dreams and embers of entropy. And existence is the intimacy of Darshan, the kundun of being, the before of today, the beyond of tomorrow, the dharma of destiny. And I'll finish with dreams, kundun, and darshan. Dreams of hidden horizons dance across seas of time, sing swirls of stardust. Dreams of unknown worlds fly through caverns of eternity, soar dimensions of imagination. Kundun of love rises into ebullience of joy, becomes exaltations of ecstasy. Darshan of arcane self explores dharma of being. Thank you.
Okay, Doc Channing, thank you for rejoining us. Now, where can the people find you on the internet, if that's what they're inclined to do?
If they're inclined to do so, I am on Facebook as Doc Janning, and I have an event coming up on the 16th. My monthly Awanites reading and open mic. And our featured reader this month is none other than Edith Blackbird. So please join me.
All right, a pretty big name in these circles. Thank you, Doc. And coming up next to our stage, someone who, if I was talking about this whole project to an imaginary journalist, I would make sure to highlight them as our biggest success story, because they were local and were writing but weren't coming out, and they were able to use this platform to test the waters. Now they're diving in head first, and we love to see it. We really do. And coming up next, the MV Lee Martinez Soto. Please take it away.
Hi, thank you. I have 3 to share today. Huge trigger warning for suicide, ideation, trauma, abuse, and the likes. That's what this new year is about, exploring that shit. So this one first is called Green. I have the English and then the Spanish version, and then the rest of them is just going to be in English. So Green. Here we go. Soaked to the bone and shivering cold, I wondered of the disruption to the normalcy of Wednesday afternoons, standing over a deserted parking lot with the sun embracing the bare spaces of skin I could not manage to cover. I cannot recall the conversation in the car. I doubt I was ever conscious enough to comprehend beyond the instructions given. Go up, lock the door, don't come back down until we say it's okay. Even now I can say that I was never beyond existing. A brain shocked into a perpetual standby between following commands and forgetting to remember the useful steps for survival. In the midst of maladaptive daydreaming, thundering cries taking the voice of my abuelo echoed through a house at odds with itself. The upper floor charged with the sounds of childhood nostalgia, the lower floor fraught with wailing and begging, falling silent as his voice remained. Ya déjenme morir, chingado. My hands find pen and paper, a green post-it that to this date I cannot stop associating with the memory. Of all the things to remember, the green paper on my hands was the least important. What did I write for you? I cannot remember. Not the words, not the feelings inside of me, not the thoughts being thought by a thoughtless mind as I unlocked doors, unfollowed orders, sprinted down the stairs, and scraped knees slid across the floor, arms surrounding what I could catch of you. Soaked to the bone, with your tears falling on my hair as I nuzzled into your chest, you shivered and cried, dropping the half-empty, half-full bottle, followed by the gun you had clung to before I broke the rules. Empapado hasta los huesos y temblando de frío, me pregunté de la interrupción a la normalidad de los miércoles por la tarde. Parado sobre un estacionamiento desierto con el sol besando los espacios de piel que no lograba cubrirme. No recuerdo la conversación dentro del coche. Dudo que alguna vez fui lo suficientemente consciente para comprender más allá de las instrucciones dadas. Sube, cierra la puerta, no salgas hasta que diga que puedes. Incluso ahora puedo decir con certeza que nunca logré más allá de existir. Un cerebro conmocionado a un estado de espera perpetuo entre seguir las reglas y olvidar recordar los pasos útiles para sobrevivir. En medio de otro ensueño enmascarando mecanismos de supervivencia, los gritos atronadores tomando la voz de mi abuelo resonaron a través de una casa en desacuerdo consigo misma. El piso superior cargado con los sonidos de la nostalgia, el piso inferior repleto de llantos y plegarias. Ya déjenme morir, chingado. Mis manos encontraron pluma y papel, una hoja verde que hasta este día no dejo de asociar con la memoria. De todas las cosas que podría recordar, esta hojita verde entre mis manos era la menos importante. ¿Qué escribí para ti? No logro recordarlo, no las palabras, no el sentimiento dentro de mí, no los pensamientos encontrados por una mente irreflexible, mientras abría puertas, ignoraba reglas, corría por las escaleras y deslizaba estas rodillas raspadas por el suelo, mis brazos rodeando lo que pude atrapar de ti. Empapado hasta los huesos, con tus lágrimas cayendo sobre mi cabello, mientras me aferraba a tu cintura, te estremeciste y lloraste, dejando caer la botella medio vacía, medio llena, seguido por la pistola a la que te habías aferrado antes de que rompiera las reglas. So that was one, and then I have the other two. This one has no title. Would I have done differently? How easy is it to ask this from the comfort of my present, the possibility of deciding someone's fate so far removed from my reality? How easy is it to think these things would have gone differently had I made the calls, called the shots, when those who made it live day in, day out, ensuring they do not leave me with the burden of choice? A trauma response in itself, without a doubt, one I cannot address directly, for these fears of acknowledging, confronting this generational curse still manage to haunt me. Let's talk about how each one of us copes with trauma. These ghosts, the haunting of this house by pretending it does not exist, ignoring it, rationalizing it, hyperfixating on it, or letting the curse seep into the rest of our lives to the point of casting the intrinsic curse that strives to define us onto the new forms of family and love we found. On my end, all I can do is intellectualize the events, rationalize into sociocultural terms I can neatly organize, understand, and detach myself from. The choice was not mine to make, but here, let's discuss the patterns of thoughts and behavior that separates my maternal, my paternal, my immediate, my extended families. Here's an example: the choice of whether or not my abuela ended her life institutionalized, trapped in an unfamiliar place, surrounded by unfamiliar faces, perpetually confronted with the murky memories of who she was, what she had, who she had, and how the illness took it all away, was not mine. I did not like the decision. I did not have a say in it. What I can learn from the experience is the traces of individualism carefully strewn across the family tree and how they aided in the survival of the individual to then save their family nuclei. What I can appreciate is that the immediate well-being was prioritized over the potential that this curse, hunting, trauma had of following the next generations. And how I feel about the choice of self-preservation of the one, therefore the whole, melancholic, enraged, confused, ashamed, disconnected from reality, and unable to feel attachment, security, love for and from every single one of these loved ones does not matter. And that's it for me.
Ooh, boy, that was great. I think you're still between signs. You don't quite have another sign up yet.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Sorry. I'm guessing you're still between signs. You don't have your latest artistic way of showing your
I
link
have
yet?
no idea where the fuck I left that, but you can follow me on Facebook. It's easier to find me there. It's Lee Martinez Soto, how it shows in my name here at the bottom. I think my Instagram handle is also there at cadáveres_literarios. If not, just Facebook is the easiest route.
Okay.
Thank you.
The MV Lee. A well-earned title and a gender-neutral title, so be sure to chant it whenever you can. Coming up next is a recent addition to our regular players, but a welcome one. Coming from the BX, we're going back to our favorite borough because Nick Diaz is next. Nick, where are you at? Should I try? He's still in the room, so he's just away from his computer. So I'm just going to vamp for a bit. Richie's back with us. How are you, man?
I'm good. Yes, thank you for helping out a little bit there. It's a little bit of a sore throat, so I'm trying to figure out the right hot liquid to drink. But
Coffee,
yeah.
wasn't it?
No, tea's been working. I got my honey right here. This thing is, oh yeah, so good.
All right.
Nick, if not, we can get back to him. Let's see. I know, right?
Was that
there
me?
you are.
Calling me?
Yeah, man.
My
We were,
bad.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're just building anticipation like a true showman. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Made our jobs a little easy.
Sorry. I saw the list and I was like, oh, I thought Finn Bell was gonna go. So I went to the bathroom at the wrong fucking time. Okay. Dope. Well, everybody was good. Nick Diaz here, repping the BX in the Bronx. And I am, just you can follow me at iconic, IC0 NICK _. And yeah, I'm gonna be performing Piece I recently was working on, so I guess new shit here. And this first piece is called Inception. Inception. In the eye of the beholder, beauty's relative. Subjective, socialized, utterly dependent on standards, what's in vogue. So if you're cute, if you have a nice body, your toned arms and bulging legs, a fresh shape up, a fire fit, your chest thumping against your black tee, you're sexy, and you have my utter attention. I promise to treat you better. I'll ignore every man in this club or bar, the others who look like me, who are short, who are fat, who are dark-skinned, because they aren't worthy of my love or anyone's. And then this next piece that I'm going to perform is entitled Over the Rainbow. Over the Rainbow. You were home for me, safe, comfortable, warm as a cup of tea at dawn, a stabilizing force in my clangor of chaos, an anchor in rough seas. You were home for me, and there was no place like it. But as with all fairy tales, adventure called. A tornado tore me away from Kansas, away from you. Spinning, 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 round and round and round, ripped from the ground cruelly and absolutely, with me in it all alone, curled up as an infant beneath the bed, no little dog to cradle. I awake to Technicolor wonder, a strange place with strange people, home nowhere to be found. And so my solitary sojourn begins. As I tremble with each step, I am beset with grief, with fear to set out on this yellow brick path without you. The craggy trees, the eerie silence, absent of your musings about yourself, your latest flames, your job, your family drama. I miss home, and I just want to go back to it. But then I start to make new friends, companions who are also on a journey for something more, something real. The greatest friend I've found, myself. No longer do I fill my days with your happenings, with your bullshit. I now enjoy occupying myself with my own musings, my own bullshit, with me. All the good witches of the land warned me of you, told me you were wicked, a narcissist who only wanted me for what I had to offer you, green with envy over my ruby-colored confidence, my blue gingham self-esteem, my basket filled with dreams. So you sent your flying monkeys to torture me, wrote smoke signals in the sky, a shady comment here, a backhanded compliment there. You avoided me, gave me the cold shoulder to make me come to you. And I came willingly. The sands of the hourglass descended upon my head as you convinced me that I still needed you, that the only way out of this mess was with you. So I said with a quiet, defiant voice, fuck that, and washed you away with water from the shower head, a cleansing, a baptism, and I was free. You were never a home. You were a prison in sepia. Thought you were a wizard with all the magic in the world, but I looked behind that curtain to find a hurt little boy playing a game in which there are no winners, running from his own homelessness, his own loneliness. The truth is, I am a good witch and a bad bitch. I am magic. I conjured that tornado by uttering the words, I love you as more than friends, at that sushi restaurant on Dykeman, bursting the rules you had so deftly architected. I wrestled back control in this codependent relationship. I always had a home within myself. I just had to click my heels can believe it. All right, thank you, thank you. That's it for me, Nick Diaz. You can follow me at iconic on Instagram, and nothing in the works necessarily yet, but I'm going to be performing at New Yo's hybrid open mic for sure in person. So I hope to see y'all there if y'all can make it. If not, I'll see y'all on Zoom. But I'll be hitting up a lot of the open mics and just getting more involved. And like Amanda, I'm also putting it out in the universe. I'm writing a book. You know, we'll see what happens. So yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all for this space.
All right, a lot of manifesting going on in the boogie. We appreciate it, guys. We appreciate you, Nick. We're glad to have a new regular with you. Before I hand the reins back to Richie, I have to make slight amends because I misread the dang spreadsheet on my own. Complete unforced error. Happens to everyone, especially me. But we have one of our favorites, someone who runs her own little empire of these mics very efficiently and well. Someone who brings a lot to every space they're in. Coming to us from the Bay Area, please welcome Vin Bell.
Thank you, Kit. I'm just going to go right into it and share 3 pieces that I don't think I've shared here yet. Okay, so the first one is called Ready Face Lights. Blessed be, they say, of the meek. I no longer know if this is true. If ever it was, dot lights, the eyes seek out the source of the flash. The vulgar looks shinier and shinier. It is an attraction thing, a deer in the headlights thing. The pulse gave out too long ago. The brain tuned into screens lit up every 10 seconds. The ears seek out the source of the first rumor. The din gets louder and louder. It's a morbid fascination thing, a flog the dead horse thing. Okay, second one is called Shortcuts. Yeah. Number 1, break the girl today. She forgets you lied, bold-faced, and her muscles rebuild around indiscretions. Number 2, build the girl. It's Wednesday, lush, binge, smoke, pick at scabs. She's good, mind immobile. Lower half moves to the music at week's end. Number 3, break the girl tomorrow. She just climbed over the 2 flights to your apartment. The Uber took off. Do you have space for her to crash? Number 4, build the girl like hobby. Undress the upper half and find the plastic parts movable. Don't blush. Nipples the exact color of Maggie's ashes of rose dress. Number 5, break the girl, you fix her. The cost is not steep. Take some duct tape, make 2 passes around her sternum. It'll hold for now. You coo, allay her doubts. The words drop cautery on her still pulsing heart. Number 6, build the girl she's paying off. Tell her she's everything. Deny that later for other ears to hear. Ignore her for her own good. You are the one who says that they could care less. And then finally, if I could find it. Where'd it go? Okay, so this is my newest one. I did this in Deadpan Lizzie's Poetry Games workshop. Her Poetry Games was about star signs, sun signs. So mine is Pisces. So this is called The Odyssey, 2 fish swimming. Will you become crystalline in the constellations? With me, I am goddess divine of love and fervor, of chaos and nightmare. Won't you swing with me, tempting a brooding Neptune to leap from his murky depths, to swallow me as I sat astride him, and tease a stern Jupiter to compress my heavenly body beneath his mighty heft? I am of Hydra and Kraken, heads multiply and limbs wind around. your neck as you are in awe of voyeur mortal, as we combust into newborn bands of light, leaking primordial lust. Ecstasy is contagious. Cronus erases the meaning of time as we rewind, move forward, and return. Infinite deaths and rebirth in our cosmic embrace. We are making sweet space music as we pass by. Siren tales catching upon stars' edges, bringing you along with us in our cosmic whirl as we merge these titans and atomica. All the universe scrambles to take communion on the last drop of ambrosia. I am of Telus. I dance with the shadows that mock the hollows in the trees, where mother birds stored threads of borrowed golden fleece, and of Selene wishing companions into being so Eos would not have to pine for craven humans. And I have felt the cool of being dead, and of Morta, wedded to the ground, washing every upturned face pale in the light of the moon. Can you imagine the color that we create as we dance across a waning star on its way to join kindred heroes in the sky? I long to know if it worries you at all, this revelation that all 9 muses conceived their own release in the pool that held Venus captive. Were you there, bearing witness in the beginning when she shaped their souls in the wet sand that lapped at the foamy waters of her overflowing breast? When you awoke shipwrecked, which of my fathoms did you pretend you conquered and claimed, you treading on the shallow end? You who feared the maelstrom, saying my sea green looked peaceful, unspoiled, should remain supine to kiss your feet as you hide among the lilac clouds. Come out and play, baby boy creation. I have parted the ocean and the land. History records how Calypso tossed you, your sparks and bolts, ego salad on her waves. Who is the one who won't let go of you? Passion is obsession, is deception, is compassion. She lulls tropical storm whispers into your flattered ear. Circe could care less, could care more, has cared more. What does it matter to you, mother, sister, lover? You want the fantasy when you cannot see the enchantress above or the sea nymph below. And now you find yourself too addicted. Boys playing at seafaring heroes, finding in the end that they cannot leave. While you slumbered and ignored the weather, lover, I changed my visage 3 times before you awoke and 3 more times as you walked away. Why does cowardice make you believe every divinity in creation is the Janus-faced monster crossing your cursed path? We are women, only women. And because of this, you weep. Thank you.
Yes, Finn. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Love all the classical allusions, references, and breakages of that. Hell yes. Do you have anything you'd like to promote right now?
Yes, indeed. I have on Thursday is my open mic, and it's going to be hosted once again by one of my regular rotating special guest hosts, R.M. Thompson. It's going to be what's new, because it's the new year and everything is renewed. Not necessarily new, but renewed. And that made me giggle. I'm sorry. Okay. And then I'm already forgetting what's happening. Oh, I'm so excited. Poetry games. I have poetry games. Okay, I fail. I have the giggle. I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
The Poets Lighthouse on the PGN Poetry Global Network is my show. And I was so pleased and happy and thrilled and excited and sweating bullets because my last guest was Kim Shuck, who is the Poet Laureate Emerita of San Francisco. She was my most recent guest, so gracious and lovely. And yeah, so please watch it if you can. Yeah. Oh, and tomorrow, by the way, I'm taking up all this time. Time to Arrive. Elemental the Poet is the featured artist. So please attend. I'll put all that in the chat, every single thing.
Yes, awesome. Yo, I love the giggle. I love it. I love it. Yo, a fine laugh is a beautiful thing. We gotta live for it. Gotta live for it. Thank you, Finn Bell. Ah, yes, I love it. So, check out Poetry Global Network, PGN, Poets Lighthouse. Bunch of cool episodes there as well. All right, yo, let's I'll have what she's having.
And Ron just put in Ron just put in the chat what I've forgotten. Oh my God, that's terrible of me. Thomas Connor has his own mic with me with vocabulary. It's called El Hangout con Tomas. El
That
Hangout
is
con
awesome.
Tomas. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, man, Thomas is awesome. Gotta go check those out for sure. All right. Let's see where we at. Oh, okay, yes, we have a return, and as Kid always likes to say, right, the only thing better than a first time performer is a return performer, second time performer. So he's back. We got El Rob joining us in Mississippi, and yeah, man, go and take it away. You were so awesome last time. Happy to have you back. Go and take it away.
Okay, yeah, I spent Christmas with my family and had what you would call first world problems, missing 3 international flights and spending the night in a hospital in Frankfurt after I puked in the airport. But I didn't have COVID. I was tested 5 times for COVID and I didn't have it. God. Anyway, yeah, first world problems. Yeah, that house behind me is about 10 minutes from where I used to live in England, but it's not in Mississippi. And I'll see if I can, how much I can squeeze in my 7 minutes. This is one, it's about going into town to go through the book of record shops from where I used to live. There it goes. Spiral curves measure, turning paths drive somewhere, anywhere, to find, walk, stroll, shuffle, and pay. Pocket paper, enter, sit, move. Trees, swan, ducks, trees, maybe boat, back gardens, tunnel, light, dark, stop, start, stop, start, stop, get off. Grime greets. Walk up, passed along, out and down, there. Discount memories to love you. Just follow trails to layers of grooves and thumbed pulp. Bright creased art. Sun-browned paper, print and wailing scratches to warp your brain deliciously. Your fingers shuffle, grab, sort. Head counts at the pennies. I scan here later. Page flick, read now. Price is piece of you. Lifetime gaze backwards. Time of your life. And when you tell people about the trees, they just don't believe you. And that's enough of me catching a train into Birmingham. Yeah, if you ever catch a train in Birmingham, England, it takes you along all the old canal routes. It's a beautiful way to get around. And for my next one, I will try this in Spanish, which when my computer crashed, disappeared. So I was frantically rewriting it while you guys were speaking. Here we go. I'll see if I can translate this. But first off in Spanish. Es un pilar, sumamente aburrido, sin arte ninguno. Se cuenta que los griegos construyeron el Partenón, de tal manera que las columnas se abrazan allá arriba en el cielo, invisiblemente. Amigos antiguos. Sus curvas, más allá de la percepción, crean vistas perfectas. Este haría vomitar a Ictinus, Callicrates y Fidias, nombres que busqué en Wikipedia. La mirada de los videntes se resbala hasta el suelo, los ojos rodando en la suciedad, pero sabiduría oculta se esconde adentro. Bajo el yeso y la pintura descascarada hay magia. Cables tan finos como el pelo llevan ceros y unos, dirigidos por fórmulas que ni sus inventores podrían comprender sin máquinas. Nos envían faena y videoclips de gatos. Aleaciones precisas sostienen el peso calculado por necesidad y plata. Relámpagos atrapados cargan deseos, tareas, y al acabar su utilidad se demolerá. Ni lo llorarán los enamorados quienes se abrazaron contra su solidez subestimada. Un milagro de banalidad. Hola, Pilar. ¿Qué tal los hijos? And in English, that goes something like this. It's a pillar. Utterly boring. No art at all. It is said that when Greeks built the Parthenon. The Greeks built the Parthenon in such a way that the columns embraced up there in the sky invisibly. Old friends, its curves beyond our perception make perfect vistas. This would make Ichthynus, Callicrates, and Phidias vomit. I looked their names up in Wikipedia. The gaze of the onlookers slips down to the floor, eyes rolling around in the dirt. But hidden wisdom is concealed within. Cables as fine as hair bear zeros and ones, led by formulas that not even their inventors could understand without machines. They send us work and video clips of cats. Precisely measured alloys support a weight calculated by need and money. Trapped lightning charges desires and homework. And when its utility is ended, it will get demolished. It will not even be mourned by the lovers who embraced against its undervalued solidity. A miracle of banality. Hola, Pilar. ¿Qué tal los hijos? And I'm not sure I have time for a song, so I'll give you one more and then, yeah. This is about the southern... What?
You should, yeah, go for it. You definitely have time for the song. Go for it.
Okay. I actually wrote this in El Paso 19 years ago. I'll see how it goes. Okay. It's about a Chagas disease. Apparently it killed Charles Darwin when something bit him. But here it goes. My lips are cracked and bleeding as I rub my eyes awake. And now I find they're swollen too, and all for just your sake. So far I pull me out of bed and pull the curtains open wide. Suck me like a kissing bug one more time. They say that it killed Darwin, one of evolution's jokes, making his heart skip and race until the great man croaked. But now my blood pumps faster and I feel my fever on the rise. Suck me like a kissing bug one more time. I feel your legs come tickle me as they rub along my chest and thighs. And you bend down to feed on me with your jaws open wide. And while that wound is healing, you just take another bite. Suck me like a kissing bug one more time. One more time. One more time. One more time. Right, done.
Excellent. Yeah, you were getting down. Woo!
Ow.
Man.
That was lit.
Absolutely. Glad I asked for that, man. Yeah, definitely. Glad you were able to share that. If people want to follow you, right? It is on Facebook, right? You prefer?
I tend not to post much poetry. I mean, any advice on posting poetry somewhere would be welcome. I just do normal Facebook stuff on Facebook, saying hi, posting memes, whatever. If you want me to stick poetry somewhere, please feel free. tell me where to stick it.
Oh man, all right, man. Appreciate the humor. Rob Harland, El Rob, thank you for joining us, man. As always, you're welcome back. And yes, definitely shoot him a message. You guys have recommendations. I know that there's a couple like online groups where people post stuff. But yeah, I mean, even posting your own stuff and content, definitely. If you're following some of the peeps here, you kind of see what they're doing with their posts. But anyway, look forward to what you have. Glad you could join us again.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well,
man, amazing voice.
So am I. My God, my computer was like taking an hour to wake up. I was like, whoa, I was worried I wasn't going to make it. This is what happens when you leave your computer for 2 weeks. It decides not to like you.
There you go. And how dare you, inertia, trying to fight that, huh? Okay, so Let's see. Urban Cowboy Poet is not here, unfortunately. We're missing you. UCP, hope you're doing well. If you're getting to watch us on YouTube. Um, but the show must go on, and we're going to go to Washington, D.C., where our friend Ed Poetastic is feeling fantastic, I hope. Ed, what is up, man? You still with us?
Yeah, I'm still with you. Every color but blue. Can't wait to break
Beautiful.
through.
Take it away, man. It's all you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, brother, for another mother that inspires and inspires and inspire one another. I'm sorry, can't think right now, but I make a lot of sounds. I'm sorry about that. Hey, Richie. It's nice to hear you. Don't worry. I was feeling the grizzly blues. I feel like pale glue, but now I feel anew with a credible attitude. I just want to say Happy New Year to a poetastic dude. All right. All right. My name is Ed Potato, Aaron Fantastic. Please give me the time to control my rhyme for all it feels sublime. Okay, I have 6 jokes and 3 poems. You know they're gonna rhyme. Okay, joke 1. What did the doctor ask the snowman? Frosty, do you got a cold? What did the monkey say to the zookeeper? Stop monkeying around and give me some bananas. Why did the polar bear went to the beach? The temperature at his house was too unbearable. What was Porky the Pig's comedian name? Pork and Beans. Why was the clown fired from the funeral home? Because everyone who left had a smile. And what was the dog's wrestler's name? The Pound. All right. I hope everyone enjoys them. All right. Here's another poem. This is called The Weatherman. There is a man who cried alone for his glittering passing fancy. His roaming heart turned to stone while he reigns enormous in bluer seas. She was a woman adored by the stars for his heartfelt, alluring amazement, his heart beating like a sports car. Too bad he wasn't worthy entertainment. The skies were vivid in the snowy breeze for his soft, scorching passion. His hand suddenly freeze, couldn't give her instant satisfaction. The man got lost in his wonderland while being blinded by the flashing signs. Slowly he was the lord of the quicksand. His celestial fate and destiny was aligned. The man's face used to have been brighter than the the man's face used to have been brighter than the sun, yet his bleached pale face than the full moon. He calls for gray showers as he runs, while his weeping heart turns to a swollen balloon. He cries hurricanes while he drinks, to forget about his sweet nightingale. His many griefs and worries start to sink, while his hangovers ring louder than any bell. The storm roars about her hugs and kisses, yet the thunder strikes with inner criticism. The luminous embrace he instantly misses, as his inner ominous tornadoes destroys him. He creates a milky mist in her image, an homage to his woman in white. His sunny emotions quickly diminishes. Now he's the fog in her hungry, alluring sight. Thank you. I got another one. This is called The Long Night. The lights are fading away, but the stars are dancing high. The shadows came out to play, the twinkling coming from our eyes. The quiet hugs our ears, the silence thicker than any knife. The shadows are near, another chime in the nightlife. The color strangers yawning for slumber, rubbing their sandy doors, bodies slowly moving like lumber, minds quietly yearning for their beds to restore. The nightly migration has begun. The concrete roads packed full of flashing lights and sounds. The beams were brighter than the sun. The ride of the mindless merry-go-round. The tiny bugs singing miniature notes. Fireflies flashing their radiant glow. The small yet whimsical thunderbolts flying high, nice and slow. The blanket of chilling yet humid air. The smoky fog is everywhere. The sun is sleeping, I'm fully aware. The warming spiral has no warmth to spare or share. The vivid towers have signs of close. The darkness flooding the rooms and halls. No place to eat, I suppose, while the flames remain froze. many different shadowy silhouettes, paintings on the walls. Walk with me, myself and I. Can't forget the ghostly mind behind me. I see you in the corner of my eye, the copycat who flows fluently as the sea. The night commute has reached an end. I jiggle my wand to open my iron gate. Time to clean and hug my soft, fluffy friend. Turning off my lights, let me dream for goodness sake. All right, got one more in store for Encore. This is called What's Next? What's next? I haven't a clue. Wearing my shoes, bathing in clear dew, traveling to avenues, playing my mini cues, hearing annoying kazoos, driving my iron canoe, drinking in the blues, soaking life's brew, experience sticky glue, tightening my inner screws, putting on my life shampoo, shooting from sharp bamboo, ignorance I cookie shoe, eating food I chew and chew, dancing in random fondues, being cool and calm as a statue, seeing cute peacocks flying through. It's just another day in the concrete zoo. Many things to do, act and view, trying to achieve and come through. Sometimes life you need to break through. Living life day by day. Did you knew you grew? And thank you. Happy New Year to you, to one and all. Hope you stand tall and remember to chase your golden ball. And thank you, one and all.
Yeah, Ed. Thank you, man. Happy New Year. Thank you for being part of this community. And where else can we find you, man? Where are the places to be?
The place to be is over here, so you can see. You could come and you can come in the barbed wire and listen to me, or you can follow me if you want to feel at ease. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman, and my IG is EdForeman92. Remember, if the mic is right, I'll be there to shine my possessive insight. If you send a request, if you can take a guess, I'll hit yes. I hope everyone has a healthy and safe, and I hope everyone stay whimsical and blessed. And remember to create the words outside of your chest.
Hell yeah, awesome, man. Stay whimsical. I love that. Um, Ed, your jokes sometimes like I feel like they're like riddles too. Like I'm like, whoa, what is that? What does that mean? I'm trying to like find like the hidden complex meaning behind something. I'm like, whoa, I feel like I missed something, So I'm like pondering over it, during your pieces. They're just jokes, man. Uh, no, I appreciate every time, man. Your humor coming in and just the lightheartedness, man, and also the ability to just drop a piece if you need to, that isn't necessarily in that same wavelength. And I think that's the beauty of all these nights is we can drop pieces of varying degrees, right? Anyway,
Drop so the fun won't stop.
there you go. Gratitude all around, man. Speaking of gratitude, shout out to Conversation Pieces checking in on YouTube. Just checked it out. I saw that there was a set from midnight at the laundromat. So I don't know if that's you. No Request Radio. Check them out. They do cool DJ gigs all around town. But yeah, thanks for tuning in and saying hello and all that good stuff. Shout out to all you guys on YouTube right now. Don't forget to let us know you're tuning in. All right, so we're gonna keep going. Shout out to Rob, by the way, new to El Paso. We look forward to hearing your stuff. I know that you're checking it out today, but I just want to give a shout out. But let's go ahead and go to Los Angeles, where if you've been here before, you know that class is about to be in session. As always, I got to put my thinking cap on, my analytical cap. We got some poetry, some music possibly, but we have Mr. Teso Somok in the house. What's up, my friend? As always, rocking the cool background. What's up?
What's up, Richie?
Not much. Good to see you, man.
Are you surviving your pandemic, your personal pandemic?
You know what? Yes, very much so. I'm grateful. It was not that bad. All I had to do was isolate, which sucked. But I mean, in the end, we're here, and I'm here, and so yeah, I'm happy to be here with you guys today for sure, and getting to host.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Glad to have you back, and Dan's prophecy didn't come through, so we're happy for that. So it's not a self-fulfilling prophecy, so we're happy for that. I have a poem and then hopefully 2 songs, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I think that sounds fine.
Yeah, okay. So this one is titled undignifying and insignificant. This is a for kids perusal. This is a spoof on Alan Badu's Democratic Man, Latinx person. Latinx lives for the pure present, transient, identitarian, desire its only law. Today, we propose a single pronoun, generic pronoun that encompasses he, she, it, and then you can pick whatever you want. Like they do with the Spanish, we're like, well, I don't know where to put all the accents, so we put them in a little braces at the beginning of the document, and we write, use them wherever you need to. Put the accents and the macrons and all the little umlauts and all that stuff. Today, shit relegates itself with a multi tikka masala taco dinner and a vintage IPA chelas, that's beers for the rest of you. Tomorrow, shit is all about nostalgic Latinxness, aesthetic, fasting, streaming of 2-liter Cokes or Pepsis, but only the kind in a glass bottle and packaged in Mexico because the local ones don't contain enough nostalgia and opts for the gentified development. Monday, shit tries to get back into shape by going to the 24-hour gym, 24-hour fitness gym, and hanging with the other shits, calling up the Chisme industrial complex off the electronic networks because they ain't enough nostalgia there. Tuesday, shit, huevonear all day, then smoke some narco traffic free mota for medical purposes, of course, and gorges again on some random tofu taco fusion roach coaches. Wednesday, shit declares that shit is going to read some Latinx philosophy, but la hueva kicks in, prefers doing nothing, watching his mama's telenovelas in the end. And Thursday dinner party, shit rages on identity politics, fumes indignantly at the next person's opinion, and heatedly denounces the white supremacist society of indignant, extractive, exploitive consumption and the spectacle of collective infantilizing of the masses. That evening, shit goes to see a Latinx blockbuster about oppressed, nostalgic figures from some shitty community. Back home, shit falls on a bamboo 12-inch memory foam top-off with a Mexican petate woven from the sustainable palm trees off the coast of Guerrero by an eco-fair traded cooperative of native women, sleeps and dreams of liberating oppressed, shitty peoples by force of arms wearing bandoliers. Next morning, shit goes to work feeling attractive, forgetting the extensive HR training on unconscious biases, sexual harassment, workforce diversity, and tries without success to seduce the diversity workforce from the office, getting reminded of shit's place in the social order. What a beaner. Shit's been turning things over and has made up shit's mind to become a narcotraficante and go for the big money. But not now. The weekend fiestas and the carne asadas have arrived. And this pandemic ain't going away, so next week will be soon enough for all of that. Here is life, or a lifestyle, or a life world, or whatever you want to call it. No order, no ideas, but nothing too disagreeable or disinteresting either. It's as free as it is unsignifying and insignificant. Its insignificance isn't too high a price to pay for freedom. In peace.
All right, man.
I'm definitely not gonna be making friends, Richie.
I was trying to find that Badu connection. The Alan Badu?
Alan Badu. Did you find it?
I'm currently researching. I'm gonna go ahead and research under your serenade.
I'm stuck on Erica Badu.
So that was the stick. Now we're gonna give you the carrot. You know. So I'm gonna start out with this one. This is a little. It's unpopified, so we'll see how it goes. I get up in the morning, I'm in the evening, and I got nothing to say. I come home in the morning, I go to bed, feeling the same way, I ain't nothing but tired man. I'm just tired and bored with myself. Hey, baby, I could sure use a little help. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Messages keep getting clearer, radio on and I'm moving round my place. I check my look in the mirror, wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face, man, I ain't getting nowhere. I'm just living in a dump like this. There's something happening somewhere, baby, just know that there is. You can't start a fire, you can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we just dancing in the dark. You sit around getting older, there's a joke here somewhere, and it's on me. I'll shake the world off my shoulders. Come on, baby, the laugh's on me. Stay on the streets of this town, and they'll be carving you up all night. They say you gotta stay hungry. Hey, baby, I'm just about starving tonight. I'm dying for some action. I'm sick of sitting around here trying to write this book. I need love reaction. Come on now, baby, give me just one look. Excuse me. It's not COVID. You can't start a fire sitting around crying over a broken heart. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. You can't start a fire worried about its little world falling apart. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark, even if we're just dancing in the dark, even if we're just dancing in the dark, hey baby. That's from my buddy Nick from his homie.
Nice.
Tez, I'm going crazy because that song, you called it deep popified, but that song's supposed to go like 10 times as fast. I was going crazy in my little window.
You're like, make it go fast. It sounds like it sounds like a totally different song. Actually, I like it better slowed down than because it sounds too poppy. The way he's kind of singing it, it's like
I get what you mean.
it sounds like bubblegum. But
I
anyway.
can look at that.
No.
So I'll put some money down that the YouTube detector definitely will not detect that one.
The YouTube detector.
There is that. That is a benefit.
So there's something to be said for social distortion, no pun intended. Here is the closer tonight. From the dark end of the street, to the bright side of the road, we'll be lovers once again. On the bright side of the road. Little darling, come with me. And help me share my love. From the dark end of the street to the bright side of the road. And into this life we're born, baby. Sometimes we don't know, and time seems to go by so fast. In the twinkling of an eye, let's enjoy it while we can. Help me share my love. From the dark end of the street to the were born, baby. Sometimes we don't know. Sometimes to go by so fast in the twinkling of an eye. Let's enjoy it while we can. And help me sing my song. Little darling, come along to the bright side of the road. From the dark end of the street to the bright side of the road. Little darling, come with me to the bright side of the road. On the dark side of the street to the bright side of the road. We'll be lovers once again on the bright side of the road.
All right, Tez, another Tez creation. Awesome, man. uh, cool. So, for people tuning in right now, tell us about more of your work. And are you posting more on YouTube now?
I am. I'm doing a whole bunch of kind of weird stuff. So mostly on Gaseous 2019, some on YouTube, and then on the Pandemic Poets group on Facebook.
Hell
Thank you.
yes. Thank you. That is a good start if you're looking for places to hit up. There's a lot of online spaces. If you've been tuning in, you've heard a lot of them tonight. But of course, we're here every Monday. You're more than welcome to join us. But yeah, also check out the other things as well. Lots of workshops, lots of open mics, slams every now and then. Cool stuff. All right. So, looking at the list here, nobody really hit us up. We
I'm
kind of
gonna
left.
need 5 more minutes.
Perfect, Dan. That's awesome. All right. So, in 5 more minutes, we'll get.
Remember what I said, Richie? I offered to banter with you and kids, so
Yeah.
I
Let's
can always
banter.
do.
And a
Let's
vamp.
banter.
Like the rabble rabble.
Rabble.
Rabble rabble.
I'm like I'm channeling inner chowder right now. Let's go right now. Let's go to the childhood right there. Let's go. It was a lot of fun hosting alongside with you and PoetCon last Monday, Kit. That I think never happened in BWOMS history. I think in the history
No,
of
that was the first.
that's like the first. I think we need to plan that do like that more often. I think that'd be a pretty cool
It
thing.
it was all on the fly, and it worked out oddly symmetrically. We all got about 45 minutes of screen time because I did the timestamps. If you go back in our archives, you'll see a little comment from Christopher Wren. That's me. Don't call me Christopher. We aren't cool like that. But But you'll go back and you'll see me. If you just want to see your friend, if you just want to be supportive that way, you can click on the little timestamp next to their name. You can see what's going down. You can pick and choose, or you can watch the whole thing and take notes. We have an archive of almost 2 years. We're real excited about a lot of it. Sometimes at the end of the night, it'll autoplay another one and I'll go to stick to that. It's fun.
Oh, it's a good strategy. Hell yeah. Got lots of playlists running. In fact, before school's getting ready to start up again, but I have a full playlist of additional content, not the online mics, but I've invited up to like 7 or 8 poets, some that you guys do know and some that you've never seen before at the online show. They've performed sets in my podcast room in my studio. So it's going to be a little thing called Fresh Cuts. Some of that's already out there, but I'm really looking forward to that. Con did an episode. Yeah. Patty's, there's a whole episode with Patty. There's an episode with Con, a couple other peeps you hadn't seen before either. Some guests that were in town. So that's an option. But if you're following us on YouTube, be on the lookout for that playlist. Of course, we have all these stay-at-home open mics as well. And also, I wouldn't mind
if you ever have 300 hours to kill.
Exactly. If you ever. That's it. That's it. Oh man, the worst thing about isolating these 10 days is I wanted to pick up a book and I didn't get a chance to do it. And that would have been the perfect time to just read it. Oh well. I have to pick it up tomorrow because I'm officially free to move on and about. So that's, exciting. Be back to it. Shout out to everyone watching on YouTube, of course, again. And everyone who's still with us on the Zoom chat. I know these get late. I affectionately call it the late show because it gets late. But anyway, Nick, I didn't really get to thank you today for helping out last week, but it was perfect. It worked out brilliantly the way you guys were able to split it up like that. So thank you.
I mean, it's a pleasure to do that. I mean, the three of us, myself, and Kid have all hosted at one point. I think it's fair that in your time of need that we should be able to step up to the plate and say, you know what, why not? And actually, it was funny because I was supposed to get back to you about hosting that show, and I never did. I'm like, oh crap, I totally forgot to get back to you about that, but it ended up working out perfectly well. The three of us all came together and we all hosted. It was fun.
Yeah, your mic was going out a little bit there, but
is it good now?
It's good now.
Yeah, it's good
okay,
now.
Cool. Okay, I just sometimes what happens is if I hold it too far away from me, then it's yeah. But now it's up, literally, I'm gonna show my video right now. It is literally right next to my mouth.
Yeah, it always sounds good like that, especially when it's a mic like that or like what you're holding. It always sounds nice. They call it the proximity effect.
Yeah, I have to get a new one because this one's it's a good mic, but it's I want to get myself something like what you got. That one again. I want to get that one.
Yeah, there's nothing fancy about this one. This is just simply the Shure SM58. It's they're the Rode for stage mics. I just replaced it with a different kind of topper.
Okay.
But instead of the cage, I just took off the cage and I replaced it with a topper. Also, and now I'm thinking about looking at it. I think that mic that you're using, I don't think the top is where the mic is. I think it has to be to the side.
Oh, okay. Because I don't like using the topper. I don't know. It feels like I'm holding I don't know. It just feels like I'm hosting, not hosting. Excuse me. It feels like I am like a talk show. What was it? The field reporters. I feel like a field reporter. I'm no. We're not trying to feel like a field reporter. We're trying to have a banter talk where it's what is it like a chop talks, that sort of thing and everything like that. They're chopping up and shit like that, chopping up the talks and shit.
Just chopping it up. Coming to you live from the church. It's Nick. Bailey Logos.
Hell yeah. Welcome to the church. This is the sermon tonight, y'all. We got
on plate right here. Father Richie's going to go ahead and go host this thing. Actually, that's funny because I did say in my church poem that our ordained ministers are our hosts. So technically, all of us are like ordained ministers. Technically, in my church poem, that is.
There you go. It's a classic. The ad versus reaction, man. That secret poem was a cool touch. Like a little Easter egg. Was that always part of the plan, or did that come about like later on towards the editing stage?
Well, I was looking at it and everything because I was just like, let me mess around with it a lot. So when I was messing around with it, I was messing around with the fonts. I was messing around with different, like make it bigger, make it bolder, like, italicizing and everything like that. And I was like, you know what? Wait a minute here. I can make a whole nother poem out of these words. And that's what I did with that because I was like, you know what? I don't have a title I like to put a self-titled book like in like my book. I didn't have one. So I was like, you know what? I could just make a whole thing about that and everything. So I figured why not? Robert, good night. By the way, I want to point that out. Good night to you. Yes.
Thanks for joining us again, El Rob.
Yes, Rob, excuse me. Thank you for correcting me there, Kit. So basically I was saying, like, what's going to make my book unique? Because, like, I can write poems, I can make it, like, really cool and everything. I can have, like, the whole thing and go with the route of this is 8 degrees of separation of me and everything. But that doesn't necessarily stand out to me. And I was like, you know what? I want to make something that people would read the book the entirety. So I was like, I'll make a hidden poem. And that way you have to read the entirety of the book to get that poem. Get that last poem right there. So yeah, that's why I was like doing that. I was also thinking about making a playlist to each of the poems in the book.
Oh,
so I'm working on that. So that way you can listen to it and everything like that, Like I'm trying to like get it together so that way each of the poems like match each mood of the poem because they're not all of the poems are dark in there. Not all the poems are like really like healing or light poems or like that sort of thing and everything. Some of them are very funny poems. Some of them are very like, just me goofing off or something like that or whatever the case may be. So I want to make sure that each poem gets the proper respect that it deserves. They're all my babies at the end of the day. Each and every one of them. In my book, in my phone, in my many notebooks and everything too as well that I have. They're all my babies at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. I love that this straight up just turned into like a podcast. Like,
I mean, it works, Hey, this is what I mean by banter. I can do the whole banter thing. I can go for like 30 minutes, everything. And I love how you're holding my book and everything. It's so cool.
Yeah, man. I had to look through it, I'm like, all right, awesome.
I think what was it? When a kid picked page number 42 in the book and I performed that one because that's what I've been doing also lately. It's like, you know what? If I don't know which one to pick, I'm like, just like go to I'll give you all a number, pick that number and let's go with it. And then kid picked 42. I'm like, I haven't read that one in a minute.
That's called bibliomancy, where you just turn the page and that's where you were meant to read. That's how a lot of old-timey preachers read the Bible. It's good enough.
Yeah.
It's good enough for them. It's good enough for me.
Ooh, fancy, sweet, fancy bibliomancy.
I love it. I'm also one of the things I also do to also help out, and this is for like poets too as well and everything too as well. If you're stuck on like, not creating and everything, because I've had like funks and ruts where I've not created poems and everything, especially recently. What I do is I take something that I've never done before. So let's say I've never written a pantoum before. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go try to write a pantoum, and I end up working and I end up creating a poem out of that and everything, and it worked out very well. So, or go back and edit your old poems and everything. That also is a great way too as well. So for all the poets out there listening to the live stream and everything, or creatives, go back and re-edit your stuff and everything, make it like, a little cleaner and everything, or also like, make something that you never made before, I'm sure there's different poetic poems that I've never heard of before that I want to make, I'm not telling anyone what to do. It's just a suggestion. Just a suggestion. Just a suggestion by me.
It's only free verse for me, baby. All day, all day.
Free
all day.
verse. Free verse.
Freedom. No, that's great advice. I mean, and obviously, I would say take advantage of all the resources. So when everyone's mentioning all these workshops, all these, there's obviously Tumblewords, but then like there's so many people. I mean, obviously we hear it every single day, and a lot of you guys are part of that. Take advantage of that, because that's just an opportunity to write.
Absolutely, it's an opportunity to write, and it definitely is a great idea to go to workshops too as well. Because like a lot of some of the stuff that I made in my book are from workshops actually too as well. So there's a lot of great workshop facilitators. Peggy Robles Alvarado is a great facilitator. Any one of the people at Tumblewords, I definitely would recommend that any person that Donna brings in. Whether it be Donna or anyone that has facilitated a workshop at Tumblewords is a great choice too as well. I've done a few workshops too as well myself and everything too, and I can help everyone out and everything. I'm sure there's a million different other people.
Almost all my poems that I hold dear started at Tumblewords.
Okay.
Exactly.
Ready.
Yeah.
You ready, Dan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what if we
Richie,
want to keep talking, Dan?
I'm gonna
We've
need you
gotten
to
in the
do
mood.
2 introductions.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. I want to throw something
One,
in.
I'm gonna start off with the child's calendar in the month of January.
Go ahead.
And the other one is a birthday tribute to Frank Ray. So I'm just gonna. So I need you to introduce
I
me
love
the
it.
first one.
I love it. Hold on, Dan.
Hold on
Time
a
out.
second. Let me adjust them down.
Give
here.
one sec.
Hold
Give
on,
us
Dan.
1 second, Dan.
Go
If
ahead.
we waited for you, you gotta wait for us now.
You're good, Michael.
Okay. I'm just putting in here. This is if anybody wants to look into different types of formed poetry, this is probably the best book you can get. Louis Turco's The Book of Forms. So it's in most public libraries. If not, you can find it. But yeah, if you're really serious about trying to find different forms of poetry and what the rules for them are, that's the book for you. Take it away, Dan.
Oh, that is awesome.
I love that. Thank you,
Dan. Go ahead, Dan. It's all you, man. It's all you. We're all gonna mute now. You're the star. Take it away, man.
All right, thanks, Richie. I appreciate it. Okay, how's everybody doing tonight? Where's my close-up? My close-up! Thank you.
It's called a spotlight, Dan.
Thank you. All right. Once again, since we're in a new year and in a new month, we now kick it off once again with the month of January, A Child's Calendar by John Updike. Then the middle, now February. I'm sorry, January. Damn. Sorry. All right. January. This is a snowman. Yep. You guys see it? Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. January. The days are short, the sun a spark, hung thin between the dark and dark. Fat, snowy footsteps tracks the floor, and parkas pile up near the door. The river is a frozen place, held still beneath the trees' black lace. The sky is low, the wind is gray. The radiator purrs all day. End quote. Yeah. This is Child's Calendar by John Updike. Click. Okay. All right, Richie, let's go ahead and reintroduce me to the next one. This is the birthday tribute to Frank Ray.
Why am I okay. Dan again. It's For the second
go to your
time in a
spotlight.
row, we've got Dan the Man. Here you go. Take it away, man.
Go to your spotlight, man. Go to your spotlight.
Go to my spotlight, my close up. Hey, I'm on close up. So, even though you've heard him just now, he's returning for his second set of his first set, returning again with the birthday tribute. It's Dan the Man. Take it away.
Thank you, Richie. Appreciate it. Anybody heard of Frank Ray? He's a country singer songwriter originally from Las Cruces, and now he's a famous country singer songwriter, Nashville based, and he's been traveling. He's been on tour with his band, and yeah, he's been here a number of times in El Paso, mostly in his hometown of Las Cruces, and it was. Yep, his songs like Different Kind of Country, Every Time You Run, Drive, Tequila Mockingbird, and just recently Streetlights and Country Looks Good on You. And they're very wonderful songs right there. Sorry. Okay. And let me show you the pictures. Oh. Come on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, hang on. All right. Yep, there he is. That's Frank Ray. He's right here is a country singer songwriter performing at the City Magazine Best of the 2017 from the City Magazine. Yeah, that's it. Yep. And there he is on the November issue, the 2017 of the City Magazine. Yep, there he is. Okay. And I'm about to read you a wonderful poetry. I think you may have heard a little about it, and I think you'll like this one. And it is called, wait for it, okay, hold on a sec. Here it is. Yep, there it is. Yep, a different kind of country right there, Frank Ray. And I'm gonna call it From Frank Ray, From the Street to the Music Beat. My friend, Frank Ray, also known as the Poetry to Frank Ray. Frank Ray, from the street to the music beat. From the 10 hours patrolling the streets to the unlimited hours of family and songwriting beat, of fame and glory that wants to meet. From Border Avenue to a different kind of country, wishing it was a landmark, due elementary between Loman Avenue and Almador Avenue, nor University Avenue, maps and borders to draw a few. A devoted husband and a loving father of two. Well, from a decorated cop, now a famous country singer songwriter. Okay. And like Frank Ray every day. Frank Ray every day. We are sad to see you go. We're wishing you're still here to stay, but it's songwriting notes still at bay. From back in the day, I say I thank you for your service. To right now, today I say I thank you for your entertainment. So keep up what you do best. The rest is history, I guess. It's your future you strive. Fulfill your quest. It's worth a drive. Yeah, that's going to song. You're worth a drive. See you later, Frank Ray. From the street to the music beat. At bay, day by day. Hope all is well. Okay, another poetry I did. I think you'll like this one. It's called The Songs of Frank Ray. Hold on a minute. Oh, darn. How did this happen? Oh, shoot. Hold on. He said, oh, whoops. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's bad comment. Sorry about that. Damn. Okay. Sorry. Oh, come on. Where is it? Oh, here it is. There we go. This next poetry, it's called The Songs of Frank Ray. I sometimes listen to the songs of Frank Ray, but not every day. It's the songs got me in the mix. I gotta say, every picture tells a story. Sometimes without the glory, sometimes with the glory. Tequila Mockingbird reminds me of a dream, driving a Thunderbird with a high beams heading east towards New Mexico sunrise and turn around heading west towards the Arizona sunset near the closest town. I don't drink, I drive. Don't drink and drive. You know the rule. I'm no fool, nor sipping on suds. I strive with blue bloods. And even if I did have a girlfriend, I say, baby, you're worth a drive. Well, that's according to Frank Ray. That's what I say. It's really just for a minute by reading a map and roads. Well, with a lot of pics in the mix, that's the lyrics from Frank Ray creates an image as it seems which picture I took in my dreams. No wonder every picture tells a story. Don't need a glory to write a book. Pen the image just for a minute to book a book to write. It's worth a drive. Those are the songs of Frank Ray. His songs are almost every day. And quote, that is the songs of Frank Ray. Okay. And this last piece is based on my birthday poems on Facebook. Okay. It is called Frank Ray. He is the Capricorn of the Cardinal, the Garnet meaning distinction, fascination, and constancy, linking to the element Earth, and the snowdrop / carnation of the plum blossom and the Caryophyllaceae. Sorry. That's because his birthday is on the 8th day on the first month in the year classified. Born and raised in the city of crosses in the land of enchantment. Well, that's Las Cruces, New Mexico, up north. From a thriving scholar as an NMSU graduate to a decade of service with the Las Cruces Police Department, to his successful rise to fame as a country singer-songwriter, he signifies a thriving scholar and writer and entertainer. full of drive for success. All right. He's a devoted husband to his wife Emily and a loving father to his daughters Chloe and Mackenzie. His favorite color, red, resembles from the stop sign that you see in the streets, resembles to a birthstone gemstone called garnet. This color reminds me of the song Red Rum by Chang of the 10-Second Pistol, to courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, the Angry American by Toby Keith. He signifies sympathy, prominence, strength, determination, independence, team player, creativity, and ingenuity, enlightenment, dependability, liberality, reliability, courage, patience, keepsakes, complexity, flexibility, portrait, faith, friendship, and most importantly, family. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to try. Complexity, flexibility. Hold on a minute. Yeah, give me one. Hold on a second. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to mute these. I have to mute these comments because it's a long story. Okay. Courage, patience, keepsakes, complexity, flexibility, portrait, faith, friendship, and family. Frank, my friend, here's to another year of experience. Keep up on what you do best as a singer-songwriter. And it's good. Right here, hailing from Nashville, all the way to the city of Crosses. Well, technically, you are missed in your hometown of the city of Crosses, Las Cruces, New Mexico. Yet celebrated in the Tennessee state capital, the music capital, which would be Nashville, Tennessee. My best to Emily and Chloe. My love to Mackenzie. Hope all is well. And until we meet again. End quote. Okay. Yep, that is it. So.
Did you quote yourself?
And, I think not. Yeah, this is the CD, Frank Ray, Different Kind of Country. And let me show you that image one more time. Okay, yep, here it is. Different Kind of Country. That's Frank Ray. So, you guys do not want to miss my 33rd birthday tribute to Frank Ray is this Saturday. So, you guys do not want to miss it. I hope you guys will like it.
I think we just experienced it, man.
Yeah.
Vintage Dan right here.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow night at the Mona Bar. So give me a minute. All right, here it is. Just read it in Weekbit. Find Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube. Don't forget Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, hashtag. Oh, and anybody check out my best of 2021 slideshows. You guys are all in this one. So please check it out if you get the chance. All right, you guys gonna like it. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you guys next Monday. Back to you, Richie. Click.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Dan. That was a lot, man. Three birthday poems. That was that's special. You know, I hope people really appreciate all that you do for them in those tributes. You know what I'm saying? Also, man, you gotta cough, man. Be careful about that. If you're feeling sick, maybe stay home and just take care of yourself for a little bit. But
I don't
other
feel
than that,
sick.
it's no,
Probably
yo. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going because you know,
All right.
it's night.
Thank you,
It's
Richie.
night. It's long and it's cold. Uh, but it's been a long show. I want to give everyone props again for coming out and performing, doing their thing. Shout out to everyone who came through. We'll be back next Monday. So if you want to sign up to perform, again, maybe the best bet is to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on that bell to receive notifications. And as soon as I create the link or the video for next week's online mic, you'll see the link to sign up there. Of course, you can also follow us on Barbed Wire Open Mic Series, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We eventually do. We have a link on our Instagram page where you can click on that, and of course, Facebook. But yes, please, this isn't a time to take coughs and things like that lightly, you know, because we want to take care of one another. So, just be aware of all that stuff. Anyway. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Rich. If you have a little extra, you donate something for a cup of coffee or something like that. If not, take care of yourselves. There are plenty of links. Check out a lot of people's books. You can still order them. And for the live stream, I'm going to go ahead and end it. But as always, we're going to stick around for a little bit and just hang and chat for as long as we want to on the Zoom call. If you ever want to be part of that, you don't have to perform. You can just join us in the Zoom call whenever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the live stream. See you guys next time.